Hello, folks. Welcome to another rando race. We just want to use it for a moment because the music doesn't seem to want to turn off, even though I told it to. There we go. Okay, we're switching over. This will take a moment. Hopefully it won't spam ads at you. If it does, I got your back. I'll mute it real quick. So we are getting going. We have the words. I can remember how to use them. Yep, there's ads. I'm muting them for you. sonicshadowsilver2 and what the hell's happened. In a moment, once I unmute everything, we can introduce my co-host here, ShadeSlayer55. We're gonna get going here in just a moment. Sorry about the ads. Twitch is being the worst lately, and I can't afford the giant pile of money that it requires to make those go away. I'm sorry. Okay, we got audio back. Welcome, ShadeSlayer55.
Hello. How are you?
I am doing good. I am jazzed. We have race. Shadow Sonic Silver 2 versus What the Hell's Happened, playing as Sonic Shadow Silver 2.
Oh, wow. Okay. Liking the file names already.
Yep. Okay, and here we go, looks like. Oh, no.
Oh.
Wait. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so we have a stone
yellow
start.
today. Okay, so we are in round 2 of the brackets matches. These lads have both already won a match, moving on to winners round 2, and we are headed towards the Kokiri sword chest for both of them. How you doing today, Shade?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really hyped for today's race. It's gonna be a fun one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it sounds like we've got game audio a little on the quiet side, so I'm going to nudge that up just a little bit for you folks.
Oh, wow. Alright.
Okay. Hi, RandoBot. Welcome,
nice.
RandoBot. This is not a RandoBot 2 seed. This is RandoBot 1, and we know it by Stone of Agony in under a minute. Good job, RandoBot 2.
This is definitely going to be an interesting one now. We'll see how badly the stone messes with them this time.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one. That's a good omen.
Okay, iron boots.
Okay, we got a little bit of gear in Mito's house. Yeah, game audio is still sounding a little quiet, so I'm going to nudge it up just a smidge more. If it's still too low, please let me know. Or if I moved it too high, also let me know that too. I'm relatively new at the restreaming, and so handling all the controls, I'm not always the greatest at it.
Alright, so we'll see what route these guys take as they leave the forest.
Since there wasn't a pile of money in Kokiri, they are both headed towards the castle right away. The only reason people tend to go... Oh, nope, not towards the castle. They're both doing open grotto.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see what's in the grotto, and if they choose to do an early tree or go straight to market.
Oh, man. Insta stone, though. That's a good omen for today.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, so the main reason that folks might stay in Kokiri right in the beginning is if they get a pile of money and can buy sticks and nuts and a shield to head to Deku straight away. Since they didn't get any money, it's a lot faster to farm at the market bridge and come back later.
Alright, so Big Goron already dead.
Good to know.
30 nuts, okay. That's interesting. We'll see if anyone decides to do an early tree because of that.
Yes, I am a woman on the mic. That does happen around here. And now they're both booking it over to Castletown, hoping to get there before nightfall. Shouldn't be a problem for these guys. We've got top tier runners here.
Yes, but it actually looks like they're probably going to hit Gerudo Valley first before their way to market.
Damn it, I can't predict anything today. These guys, top tier play. This is why I'm a scrub.
Yeah, it's a relatively new opener where you save at the grotto and then check the 2 grotto valley checks, and if they're nothing, you just reset, and then it keeps your time a day, so you can make it to market before night while getting these checks out of the way.
Oh yeah, well when I very first started Rando, I liked doing the early Gerudo Valley play, and everybody said it was nonsense, and
Wow,
now it's
you
come
were
to be
ahead.
the meta again. Okay, let's see if we've got anything.
Alright, nothing on the first check.
Yeah, that's not particularly useful for us. Doctor, what you missed already was we got stone in under a minute. This is officially a randobot seed. We're gonna have something trolly.
Okay, Death Mountain Crater Central on the way of the hero. That's a good check. Or sorry, a good hint to know.
Yeah, it could be something like the fairy fountain or something in the volcano. Yes, we did also get a
Yep, so what the hell happening? Resetting?
Yep, and Sonic as
following.
well. So both of them saying, that recovery heart, that heart piece, nah.
Yep.
Let's not. Let's get to Hyrule Castle on time instead.
Oh, these guys are basically like synced up. Wow.
Yeah, we got, looks like Sonic is just slightly ahead, but in a race that typically lasts an average of about 3.5 hours, around 4 seconds at this time in the race is not a significant lead.
Yeah.
So what are we hoping to see here today? What kind of nonsense are we predicting? Chat, give us your crazy ideas for things that early stone may predict. I want to hear how crazy you can get.
40 skulls, all dungeons. Come on, you can do better.
Ah, something on frogs. You know I love that.
Frogs.
Everybody loves frogs. Oh, and both of them getting there with just enough time to spare to grab a little bit of money off the bridge. Oh, what the hell's happened? Very nearly falling off the bridge there.
It's really sad when you fall off. I'm guilty of that.
Oh, so am I. There's a reason why I just talk about these races, why nobody watches me play them. And since they know they got that early stone, there's that thought that something important will be on a high skull count, so making sure to grab that very first skull. And gathering up some sticks. We see what the hell's happened in the market bazaar, and Sonic headed there as well.
Now the real question is, do they buy a shield?
Not yet, typically. Not with the amount of money you can get off the market bridge. It's usually getting some sticks and maybe some nuts. What the hell's happened? Heading into Child Shooting Gallery. And I expect Sonic to head there immediately as well.
Looks like he is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what the hell's happened with the easy first try and just getting a bloopy for the effort?
Well, looks like chat is team never buy a shield. Buy a shield, guys, it'll save you.
And what the hell's happened? Heading out to outside the castle to meet up with Malin, and also grab the skull that's hanging out right there. And Sonic immediately on his heels as well. What the hell's happened? Waiting for it to switch over to nightfall. Heading over to go rescue Richard. Poor little puppy needs to be taken home.
Now, a nice thing about getting stone this early, though, is they'll be able to check the 2 hints over here by Castle, which is a
Yes.
bit harder to check normally if you get it late.
Mm-hmm. And just a piece of heart for returning that puppy. Okay, and getting a bit of feedback about our audio, so give me just a sec. If you can handle this for just a moment.
Sure. Alright, so I just missed that. It was a Wave the Hero. Was that Desert Colossus? I believe that said Desert Colossus was Wave the Hero. Yep, okay, so we have DMT Central Crater on Wave the Hero, and we have the Colossus. So those, I believe, could refer to songs as well. And we'll see how they prioritize those locations. And so we have Minuet on Ocarina of Time, so that's nice. You can't really... both of these guys know Mido Skip, so... all dungeons can't be locked behind that. So... how can we support these racers? You can support these racers by watching. Alright, so... what the hell happened? Pushing the block, and we're going to get the hit for Minuet again. And both of them are waiting for it to become day. Alright. Both of them really close to each other right now. Be interesting to see what ZL gives us. Alright, getting those frame perfect side hops in. Nice. And we have Sonic entering the garden. None of them getting caught yet. Oh, never mind. Sonic just got caught. Putting him slightly behind.
Okay, sorry about that. I was getting some guidance for our restream master, Tresco, about fixing the fact that I had a bit of buzzing going on my mic.
Well, all you missed was Sonic getting caught by the guards.
Whoops.
Alright, so we have Requiem.
Hmm.
We'll see how early they use that to go to... Oh, I think you might have missed the Colossus. Were you here for the Colossus Wave the Hero hint?
I could hear you saying it. I didn't see it, though.
Yeah, so we have a Colossus Wave the Hero hint with the early Requiem. So, ooh, Sonic getting caught again. Ooh.
Whoops. Oh, man, getting trolled by guards. As you know, I am in favor of the skip stealth sequence, but I know a lot of people like keeping it in there so that we do see people who mess it up get punished for those minor execution errors.
Yep, Sonic's definitely not liking that setting right now.
I would imagine.
Alright, so we have What the Hell Happened heading over to the ranch.
Yep, heading over to gather up Talon's chickens for him. Why he can't take care of his own chickens when he's a ranch owner, I'm not entirely sure. Coming from a family with ranchers, if you can't take care of your own chickens, what is wrong?
Right, so we have Sonic picking up Requiem now.
And what the hell's happened? Gathering up all the Skulltulas that are in the reasonable path to find. And Sonic grabbing some extra money on the bridge. Maybe he's gonna be team buy a shield? Who knows? Oh, headed over to the ranch as well.
Alright, prelude. Okay. It's nice to have. We have Sonic now. I believe this was a hammer? So, I might have missed it already, but I believe this was a hammer right here that Sonic's about to get on chickens.
Sorry, I'm not being my best host self, because I'm getting some, working on making sure that the restream is behaving itself.
Yeah, that's completely fine. I'll try and do a better job of keeping track.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yes, that is a hammer. Nice. That may or may not be go mode item for today, but it's handy. Since we did get that hint about in the crater having the hammer.
Yeah, it's gonna be so we have like access to both the Colossus and a decent access to the crater, and both of them are on the way of the hero. So we'll see how our runners here like prioritize those locations now that they have some access to it. And yes, it does. It unlocks progression in fire. Alright, Sonic picking up prelude.
Chat reminding us that deep fire is always required for these bracket matches. That is a pattern that we have seen in some of these seeds so far.
Alright, what the hell, picking up some sticks, so about to enter the Deku Tree. Going to guess that Sonic is going to do something very similar after finishing up Ranch. Ooh, okay, so what the hell's going for the 2 hints around Deku Tree?
Good plan. Get that knowledge early.
Goddess of the Sandwords and Archery Enabler. That is big.
Okay, so now we know where at least one of the bows is. Ballpark.
And if it's on Child Spirit's side, they have access to it.
Well, they may or may not. Depends on key placement.
True, true. Oh, interesting. So Sonic is already going to Requiem.
Probably heading there early to get the song immediately. That would be my guess.
We'll see if he decides to go deep. That would be interesting. Alright, so 40 Skulls is dead.
But we still don't know about 30 and 50.
Yep.
That would be quite the troll for these runners if Stone is early and there's none of the required on Stone checks actually required, if they all prep for the worst.
Okay, ooh, so that is Nocturne.
Okay, so we have the things that are locked behind songs. We've got some access to those already. The only thing that could potentially be locked, the only warp point that could be locked behind a song getting to right now is Bolero, if we don't see hovers or hookshot anytime.
Hookshot, correct. And that right there was a Goron City on the way of the hero.
And the hints do not let us know if it's going to be child or adult Goron City, so we'll likely be seeing a couple visits.
And then we have what the hell happened, slowly progressing through the Deku Tree. I haven't seen anything useful there yet.
Well, there's some money for him. And Sonic, grabbing up shield and likely grabbing some other supplies for heading into Deku.
Buy a shield, guys.
Well, they both bought their Deku shields now, but the Hylian shield, a lot of people.
Only one more shield to buy.
Yeah, what the hell's happened is never gonna go check Requiem.
Yep, ever.
Okay. And Sonic getting the hint about the archery enabler as well now. Hammer was on Talon's chickens. We got that right out the gate.
That is a good point. They can do a lot in Goron City now with the hammer as a adult.
Hmm? Oh yeah, they can full clear all 3 checks in the maze.
Yep.
Which is a nice starting point. But they don't have anything to deal with Link the Goron just yet. No explosives, no strength, and no bow to actually take care of that check just yet.
Will the runners do chickens? We will see. I'm curious. Who will do chickens?
Never forget your girl, Anju. You always have to check your chickens. Always. Except for when you don't, but you know.
But, you know, when you don't, she has something for you.
Of course.
40 Skulls was dead, but not sure what was on it. Getting a fairy for what the hell, so now he can die.
Well, no, that also gives us a bottle. So that puts hunting Skulltulas in the bean patches.
Oh, right,
makes
right.
those in logic now. Puts 9 more skulls into the reachable pool.
9? Ooh, I didn't know it was 9. Wow.
Well, I don't know if all of them are immediately reachable, but there are 10 bean patches, and 9 of them, all of them except for the one right next to the bean vendor, have Skulltulas hiding in them.
That's more than I thought. Wow. Learned something new.
Yeah, when you get an early bottle, for me, that always my brain goes to, okay, I gotta farm skulls. Because it often points to being something important on 10 or 20. Not always, but...
Right, so chat pointing out that currently the one in Crater cannot be reached without Bolero, and the one under, or near the entrance to Dodongo's Cavern needs explosives or strength. But yeah, that seems right. Alright. We'll see how much our runners go for them. Given that they have the stone, it would be my guess that they wouldn't prioritize skulls too much until they find a hit, but we'll see.
Yeah, but considering that half of the required hints are related to various skull counts, they're probably worried that there's something important going to be locked on skulls, especially after yesterday evening's final seed of brackets.
Yep. Alright, what the hell happening with the nice quick kill on Goma and getting
we
magic.
got magic.
Nice.
Goma, worth the effort, even if there isn't, even if it's only a stone. Oh, but that was a medallion. Was that shadow?
Yep.
Or, pardon, was that spirit or light?
That was spirit, I believe.
Ah, our trackers are telling us spirit. Yes, we did get the hint that 40 gold skulls is dead, but we still don't know about 30 or 50. And I want to say it was hovers that were locked on 50 last night. There was some sort of essential progression locked on 50 in one of the matches last night.
I don't remember what it was.
I want to say hovers.
Hovers. Chat is saying hovers.
Chat's confirming. Okay. Chat works as our crowdsourced memory.
Alright, another hit. 50 skulls is dead. Okay.
Rip the dream.
Yep, this is very unfortunate.
There are lots of dreams for us as viewers, and 40, 50 skulls, those are some of the dreams we have. We don't know where hovers are. We haven't seen any hints about that. I was referencing a race yesterday where hovers were on 50. That is not applicable to this seed. Business scrub under the bridge. Total ripoff today. Pay 40, get 5 back. Oh yes, we had a lot of good races to watch yesterday if you're interested in watching lots of rando. There were 3 different rando races yesterday. All of them good watches.
And fishing is not Stone of Agony locked. To answer the question in chat.
Yes, that is correct. Fishing was modified in Rando, so it is not nearly as evil as in Vanilla. But the
Iron
way it
Boots
was altered does remove one potential glitch that some people like to do in order to get the adult fishing prize as a child. The way it was tinkered with, that isn't something that you can pull off anymore.
Oh yeah, that old glitch. I remember that.
Hey chat, where's your resident sleepers?
Your job. Go.
Yeah, give us some resident sleepers, chat. Sorry, just switching audio over to that for just a moment because it's funny and I like it. That's one of the fun things about being behind the controls, is things like that. Trez can't put memes on today. I'm in the captain's seat today.
Wow. Now you can put memes on.
I could. I probably won't though because my computer's kind of potato. And what the hell's
no.
Oh my goodness.
Trez.
Definitely abusing those mod powers to spam the chat. Spamming it with memes. In the least entertaining way, I think.
Alright, so going back to the race a bit, we have what the hell happened. Heading over to Sacred Forest Meadow, fighting the Wolfos. And Sonic is just entering the Lost Woods.
Yep, and what the hell's happened? Wandering through the maze.
And
It doesn't
Trez
seem
with
to
the
be
poetry.
taking a zillion hits to Death Warp like we saw the racers yesterday doing. The ATZ Dotso race, they both were taking quite a lot of damage from all of those scrubs in order to be able to warp out.
Alright, we have Song of Storms on Saria.
That points towards an extended child. Heading into the well seems pretty reasonable.
Ruby? Was that Ruby? I don't even know what that was. I do not know the hints.
I didn't catch the wording of it. I was...
Goron Tunic. Okay, that would make sense.
Goron Tunic where? Where was it saying?
Crater, I believe? Chat, help me out.
Test of Thieves has a seed shooter. Okay. So we know there's a slingshot in GTG. And 30 Skulls reveals love. Skulls is dead.
Aww.
Max Skulls required today is gonna be 20.
Sonic's memory game. Rip. It looked really nice.
Where are my resident sleepers for this this enthralling gameplay of Simon Says?
What the hell happened? Checking the Song of Storms grotto, and looks like he's going to Requiem now. Now we'll see if What the Hell Happened decides to go deeper into Spirit. Because I believe... Oh, can he actually? No, he cannot. Never mind. Okay. Just gonna pick up the song.
Yeah, no ranged, no slingshot, no boomerang to hit the switch, and also no bomb choose. That is the other way to get that switch.
He's probably hoping for ZL, but he'll be slightly disappointed. Alright, what the hell happened getting the Goron City on the way of the hero hit.
Mm-hmm. And warping to the graveyard. I believe when Hamsta, I'm not sure quite how he likes it pronounced, ran the numbers recently, genned 1,000 spoiler logs using the brackets matches settings. If I'm remembering correctly, it was a 29% chance of all dungeons.
It's really high. Scarily high.
Yep, and we seem to see a disproportionate number of those created by Randobot, the original.
Chat pointing out that, yeah, they could do Skull Mask really easily. They do have both Nocturne and Prelude for a quick back and forth. Let's see if anyone chooses to do that.
We all blame Randobot Infinitum. We all blame Randobot. Everything is its fault, clearly. All hail Randobot 2, guys. Where's the love for ZSR2 and Randobot 2?
I would like to point out that what does happen is doing chickens.
Chickens! I'm sorry, I got into the OOTR scene by watching Pi play a lot of Rando, and him screaming at chickens at weird hours of the night. Good memories.
The wave of the hero hints are City Crater and Colossus.
And we'll be keeping an eye on how many of those we see, just in case any of those has double gear for us.
Right.
Okay, and Sonic now warping to the graveyard as well. Probably going to be taking care of some of those Kakariko checks as well. And what the hell's happened? Prepping that letter, putting it on a C button so he can advance the mask quest.
Alright, so let's see if he actually does Skull Mask. I've noticed people are not doing Skull Mask nowadays.
Yep, there was that meta shift during the first and second qualifiers for the tournament when there was essential progression on there 2 weeks in a row and everybody rerouted to get that Skull Mask in there. And then didn't see any rewards for it for a few weeks, and so kind of let things drift away from there again.
Yeah, I just think Skull Mask is just sitting there waiting, you know. One day it'll get us, after we all forget about it.
Yeah, one of the things that we do not know yet is what's going to be required. We don't know what stones and medallions we're going to need yet today. Sonic taking care of some chickens as well, so we are getting simultaneous chicken wrangling!
Wow.
Nobody's forgetting their girl Anju today. Good job.
Now, will it pay off? Nope, as usual.
Anju almost never pays off, but you gotta take care of her anyway.
Yep.
Those Sphere Zero checks that get skipped over just because they're a bit tedious, it often comes back to bite ya.
Especially if you skip it.
Oh yeah, the week that you choose to skip it over, that's the week it has something. And what the hell's happening switching over to adult? Hopefully we're gonna get a pedestal check here pretty quick to know what's where this seed.
I'm curious if he's gonna use the hammer and like do a quick check into DC.
Could be.
Yeah,
since we've got a little more equipment than the standard. Goddess of Sand, House of the Dead, Deep Forest, High Mountain, Ancient Tree, Belly of the Deity.
Ew, Jabu. Oh, man, I hate Jabu.
Okay. And trackers, if you'd like to get us that info on our overlay, that would be lovely.
Oh, I just missed those 4 hints. Oh, man. Hopefully those hints were nothing too important. Chat, was there anything important on those 4 hints?
Oh, somebody was saying Mito's house was on Way of the Hero. And the
Oh,
only
that's
thing there was Iron Boots, so yeah. Something locked behind Iron Boots is essential.
interesting. Okay.
Something in water, Tektite Grotto.
They do have
Bottom of
access.
Zora's Fountain.
So what the hell happened not doing the Tektite Grotto? He could actually do it right now.
Ah, chat pointing out, also potentially the toilet.
Yes.
Chat is hoping. There's a few people in there expressing their desire for something to be locked in toilet, because everybody loves those locked behind Song of Time, pain in the backside checks to get to.
Okay, what the hell happened getting the Redead Grotto while Sonic goes adult?
Mm-hmm. And just some love in there. Getting an extra heart container. Those will come in handy since these runners are not very likely to bother picking up either of the tunics. Top tier play doesn't really need those for anything, but having the extra long timers is really nice.
Yep. And Anju not paying off as adult either, unfortunately. And neither does the cow.
Well, Cow wants to help you and heal you, but isn't going to give you anything for your quest. Mito's house on Way of Hero. Yep, that's what that hint in front.
Bomb choose. Okay, that's interesting. Now they can go really deep into DC if they would like to.
And
And
what the hell's
Bolero.
happened using or getting Bolero there? Yep.
Yep.
So we do have access to Fire Temple now, and some gear to make some progress in there.
Prioritize the bean because that is on the way of the potential way of the hero.
And they do not have hovers to sequence break it just yet. Or wait, no, I don't believe that is a sequence break with bracket settings.
Ooh, oh, okay. I thought it was still. Might be wrong.
They did turn on the few advanced logic options that are available in Tourney Build. Tourney Build
Right.
is a bit on the elderly side for Rando.
Yeah, DC is only 2 checks right now, but he does have bomb choose, so he can get a bit further. Ooh, and Sonic actually choosing to do the Tektite Grotto. We'll see if this is something. Actually, these guys could, well, if they buy a shield, you can actually full clear DC right now.
Not without strength or something else
so
to.
It would be a sequence break, but you can actually get a ground jump off of the bombs in the from King Dodongo, and you can kill him that way. It's a bit hard to do, but I'm fairly certain these guys can do it.
Perhaps I'm missing something.
Yeah,
what the hell's
they both have.
happened coming up on the end of the first Dompe race? Curious what Dompe holds for us today. Seeds yesterday, along with Don't Forget Deep Fire, also drilled into the racers the lesson of don't forget your graveyard. first Dompe race, just holding a bloopy. Oh, and that was the winner heart piece in Shieldgrave. Wasn't just any old heart piece. The devs recently, when they were updating for 3.0, they did have a little bit of fun with that winner heart piece. One hit KO, one of the optional settings that aren't used in the tournament, but people can use for their own solo play, is one hit KO, where everything kills you and you do not get any sort of upgrades. Also in the very hard settings, you do not get any upgrades, with the sole exception of the winner heart piece. They kept that in just for fun. We've got simultaneous Dompe racing going on. What the hell's happened? Just about to get the second reward. Just another piece of heart. Sonic in there doing, I believe, his first of the races right now.
Remind me if I'm wrong, but was water not the forest medallion, and wasn't water a stone?
Let me take a quick look. I have access to just that little bit. Yeah, looks like the trackers need to update that a little bit.
Alright, what the hell happened? Buying the shield. That's what I like to see. Alright, thank you, trackers, for fixing that. But that might mean what the hell happened is going to go a bit deeper into DC with that shield.
Yep, and 20 skulls is still on the table, so what the hell's happened? Grabbing that skull there. And heading into Dodongos.
Yeah, the shield will help with using bomb chews in DC. And yep, he is looking like he's gonna go into DC.
And we're gonna see that hint that's hiding behind that mud wall there.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Ocarina teaches the Song of Tall Trees, so we've got Minuet on Ocarina. It is possible that this seed is logically in all dungeons with Minuet there on the Ocarina.
Yep.
But everybody here knows how to do some Mido skip, so that won't actually impede these guys. Ice Trap, everyone's favorite.
That's true, there's not that much of a real need to finish DC, but, you know, but stone never hurts.
If I'm remembering correctly, there are 6 ice traps scattered throughout Hyrule. I could be mistaken on that, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I remember. But if you've watched me commentate any of these races, you know my memory is a little bit suspicious.
I'm pretty sure it's 6. Chat seems to confirm.
If it's not 6, it's somewhere in that ballpark. Yes, Lost has a goldfish memory. This is confirmed repeatedly. Oh, what the hell's happened? Walking past the Vine Skulltula. That one's hanging out right there.
Yep. Hey, it's the cat.
Ah, yes, we've got our bonus third commentator here today. The internet loves cats. She likes to make cameos every now and again. Oh goodness, that is useful. What the hell's happened is
Ooh.
gonna be able to finish up Dodongos right now.
Nice. Near vanilla bomb bag. I like it.
Mhm.
And picking up a adult wallet. Nice.
So that's putting that's putting more of fire
Yep.
into the options.
Now Sonic not immediately going into DC, but he might loop around after getting the heart piece right above DC. We shall see.
Checking the Song of Storms grotto right there in front of DC. Sonic's gonna see what's inside there. And what the hell's happened? Getting a stick upgrade. So that'll be handy when he goes back to Child 2.
And just a bloopy in the Song of Storms grotto.
Yes, the runners do have Bolero now, so they do have access to the Fire Temple. And with that adult's wallet, it puts more of it into logic.
Alright, Sonic going straight for the Goron City, and this is Way of the Hero, so we'll see what we get here. Using Bomb Juice to blow up Link to Goron quite easily. Sucks with strength.
Oh yes, it's terrible with only strength. That's one of my least favorite checks having to do. Then again, spinning pot with only strength is pretty terrible too.
Yep. Alright, picking up just a shield from Link to Goron, but he probably will check the maze right now. Yep.
I
Alright,
didn't
call your
see
bets,
that,
guys.
and our viewers probably didn't either, because there was a bit of lag there on
Yeah,
Sonic's
there was,
stream.
but I caught a frame of a shield, so I'm going to assume it's a Deku shield.
Okay, if it's lagging on your side too, then it's probably not my computer being a potato.
Yeah.
Team never buy a shield, feeling vindicated here.
Alright.
I am from the Pacific Northwest.
Alright, just a heart piece in the first maze. And well, what the hell happened? Kills King Dodongo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well,
Ooh.
that would definitely be Way of the Hero right there. That's Way of the Hero material. We got hover boots for Sonic inside the maze.
Alright.
And Trez attempting to post a pyramid in chat and failing.
Oh, Trez, do your job. Post pyramids.
Well, since he isn't hosting the stream today, his job is basically supply the memes. And Sonic still hunting for Skulltulas. Don't remember if both the runners have seen that everything past 20 is dead. I don't recall who has seen which.
I'm not 100% sure either.
This match is a winner's bracket match. You may see seeds 14 and 6 and think that this must be losers, but you would be mistaken.
Yeah, some insane upsets.
All of the top 4 seeds in this tournament, first, second, third, and fourth from the qualifiers, have all been knocked down to losers bracket.
Alright, so we have Sonic heading over to the woods, probably to check on that Minuet song and clear up a bit of the grottos with the hammer.
And chat asking about what comes next. Whoever wins this match will be playing JFM in winner's bracket. Whoever loses it will be going up against ATZ, first seed in the tournament, predicted by a lot of people to be the final winner of this tournament. Whoever loses this will be seeing him next in loser's bracket.
Alright.
And Sonic setting up for Mito skip. Easy first try.
Very nice.
And using that hammer to get into some of those grottos there in the Lost Woods that weren't accessible to them as a kid.
And Sonic still does not have Bomb Bag because he did not do DC yet. So that is his only source of boulder breaking for now.
A lot of people hesitate to go into places until they can full clear them, and we've seen time and time again in the qualifiers and in the brackets matches how that can come back and bite you in the backside.
Yep. It's Sonic checking the Wolf's Grotto. And what the hell has happened? I'm gonna pick up his hover boots.
Yep, soon we're gonna have all those fashion options for footwear. Both of them can be styling with multiple different colors of shoes, with varying functionality. Kind of like real shoes.
Wow, that actually is a good analogy. Sonic trying to get this guard to... Wow, okay, this guard really does not want to turn around. Okay.
I do not like those guys,
So,
but I'm kind of bad, so...
I just like move a little and they come charging at me. It's like dancing behind them.
Dealing with them without...
Wow.
Wow! I don't think I've seen that. Sonic just ninja-ing right by one of them. Somehow? And we've got Serenade on Minuet there for Sonic.
So no ZL yet, I believe.
No, we have not seen much anything by way of non-warp songs. We've only gotten Song of Storms.
Alright.
And we know where Minuet is. Minuet is on the Ocarina of Time, which could possibly make this logically all dungeons.
It's possible that ZL's right here? Yes, it is.
Well. And there's a slingshot for what the hell's happened.
Now we'll see if Sonic decides to do a quick dip into fire, since he can, and he will not. Oh, he does not have the bomb bag, right? But doing these crater checks, because these are Way of the Hero.
We know something in Middle Crater is Way of the Hero, correct?
Now, I'm not sure if the song can be Way of the Hero.
I believe it is possible. I'm not sure if it's tied to that specific location or not, though. I'm not sure if that's considered Crater Central. The regions are the part that I'm not 100% on.
Yeah. Central Crater does include the song. Okay, so there's a good chance the hint was for ZL. Unless we get nothing else from these fairy fountains, it's probably going to be just ZL.
Saria's is not at Minuet. We saw Serenade at Minuet. That may well be what that Way the hero was pointing at. Found Bo in the fairy fountain inside the crater.
Alright, that's pretty decent. That could be either ZL or the bow right now. Both of them are going to be very useful, regardless of if it's the hint or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of those are pretty darn useful to have.
Bow can't be... I believe it can be if all the other bows are locked behind, but I might be wrong. The hint system is confusing for me.
Yes, if the other two bows are logically bow locked, that could be the intended Way of the Hero hint.
So Way of the Hero means there is an item there that they kind of need to get logically to beat the game. Ooh, Ferora's Wind. All right.
Yeah, Way of the Hero hints are something that the logic requires to beat the seed.
And Trez successfully posting the pyramid. Good job, Trez.
Congratulations. Oh! Well, we've got adult trade quest for Sonic Shadow Silver.
At the moment, I believe Sonic can complete fire, not in logic. He won't have it. Oh well, he can buy a tunic, but he does not have strength to push the block.
But does have bombs, so we'll be able to sequence break with a ground jump.
Definitely.
Yes, we did see that Big Oron is dead, but will he remember that Big Oron's dead after seeing that item show up? Sometimes getting them can psych you out a little bit. Yes, Trez, we know you love the grin and are showing it off. And what the hell's happened? Fighting the Flame Dancer now. Whereas sonicshadowsilver2 is out checking the fairy fountain out in the desert, making use of that Zelda's lullaby. Yes, I'm guessing you created some sort of macro to make that work, Trez.
Alright, Trez, if you want to use a macro, just 3, or what's that, 5 rows isn't enough. I want to see a 10-row pyramid.
Yeah, my suspicion is that Trez is using a macro and thus cheating at the game of chat, but I could be mistaken. Hey, and what the hell has happened? Finding some keys to make way through Fire Temple.
And Sonic about to enter the Fire Temple.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of routing overlap between these guys today. They are thinking pretty similarly to each other. We've seen a lot of retracing and heading in the same direction. And another key, so 3 checks, 3 keys before the first locked door for what the hell's happened. That points towards deep fire.
Our favorite place.
Oh yes. Yes, and we do have Shadow Medallion in the Fire Temple, so it will be required today to find that boss key wherever it's hiding at. However, they may not be able to finish fire due to the fact that neither of them have hook shot. So Scarecrow check is not in logic right now. They do not have long shot. Nobody set Scarecrow song.
And what the hell happened is coming in here without the bow, so he could get bow lock, which would be a nice bit of time for Sonic, because he does have the bow.
That is not logically possible right now with those 3 keys, I believe.
Okay.
Or wait, no, he will need a 4th key in order to not be bow locked at the arrow chest. If you can get past there, you can get into it from the other side.
Right.
But you have to have the key. So if we see another key here, or elsewhere before that point.
Ooh.
Well then,
okay.
There's our hook shot for what the hell's happened. And Sonic, surely not very far behind finding it.
Fire paying off.
Yes, chat pointing out that a hook shot is better than a key.
That is very true.
And some of chat predicting that long shot's gonna be in deep fire now by the look of it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so much for not having hookshot, but we still don't have Scarecrow's song.
That is
and,
true.
And Pixel Shot does require the long shot in order to bypass Scarecrow's song.
Now, so the main difference between like the runners right now is what the hell happened. Does have the bomb bag from going through DC, but that wouldn't matter too much given that they both have bomb chews.
What the hell's happened? Going to push that block and then pretty quickly realizing, oh wait, not able to do that. And Dotso thinking up one of the cruelest placements for these guys. Long shot being in Scarecrow
yeah.
chest, so that it would require a second dip to come back with the Scarecrow
so
song.
interestingly, so Sonic does not have a bomb bag, so he would have to do the glitchless jump to get past the block. He potentially knows it, but it's not something everyone knows. You'll see.
Mhm. Yep, and having to use some chews to take care of some of the other places.
So Hookshot was in fire, and Hovers were in the boulder maze.
Yeah, Hookshot's right here. Sonic just grabbed it.
Yep.
And yes, Hovers were in Goron City on the right side of the maze. They were not hammer locked, they were just explosives locked. And Sonic now in the elevator room in fire. What the hell's happened? Working his way through the boulder maze now.
And Sonic falling off.
Whoops. But hey, look, there's a hookshot there. You can climb back up a little more easily. Where's the boss key in fire? We don't know yet. My prediction is it's going to be up on Scarecrow, because I like to see things that are a little bit troublesome for the runners.
So
it's
what
more
the hell's
fun as an
happened?
audience member.
Oh man, wait. Sonic dying due to the timer. Oh, with the fairy strats. Wow. Okay.
That would be
200 IQ
why
fairy
Sonic
strat.
wasn't nervous about that timer.
And I would like to point out that What the Hell Happened did not get bow locked. Ooh, but he just did fall off. What the hell happened? Just did fall off the boulder maze. Lots of falling today.
Yeah.
It looks like Sonic does know the glitchless jump. Kinda. Yeah, looks like it. So, looks like we're good here. Oh, bonking.
It may take a bit of setup to get it, but... And what the hell is happening? Doing the, Oh, well, okay,
Oh.
now we know where boss key is at. It's in a map chest, which is not bow locked today. You're able to, hop around to it on the wrong side.
And Sonic deciding to bail on fire because he doesn't have a good way of getting past that block.
No strength and no bomb bag yet to do any sort of convenient setup for a ground jump.
Those glitchless jumps can be tricky.
But quickly making use of that hook shot.
Yep.
So I suspect what the hell's happened is going to keep making their way through fire as best as possible at the moment. Sonic is now back in Goron City.
Probably gonna head up to DC.
Seems
That
a
would be my
pretty
guess.
reasonable guess. Yep. I'm gonna take care of that Skulltula there. I was not keeping track of which player saw which hints. We as watchers know that 30, 40, 50 skulls are all dead, but I'm not sure if both the runners have seen both of those sets of hints.
So if there's something in Deep Fire, What the Hell's Happened is gonna have a nice advantage because he did go to DC first and got that bomb bag, which let him get into Deep Fire. While Sonic would need to decide to come back into Deep Fire, which he will for the boss key. But he is going to do it at a later point in time.
Yeah, right now, the runners, if they were so inclined, specifically Sonic, since he has both hookshot and bow, could go to Forest Temple and dip it, but you would be locked at the block puzzle right now due to not having any means of pushing that block. But they do have hovers to also get Floor Master Chest as well. That one is in logic past the block puzzle room, because that is reachable using a jump with hover boots, and that is considered in logic. It's also reachable just using a jump slash recoil, but that one isn't in logic.
Interesting. I've never seen this setup to open the eyes with just shoes on DC.
Yeah, if you don't want to drop down into the eyes from up above, it is possible to explode them here. Although Sonic's probably going to be kicking himself for wasting the time on this in a few short minutes when he's going to get the... Oh, missed that one.
Oh man.
Gonna be a little bit frustrated when he gets that bomb bag for wasting time doing these chew setups.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't know that there's anything awesome right around the corner, but we know. And what the hell's happened? Taking one of the final elevators in Fire Temple up towards the hammer chest to see what's up there. While Sonic is lowering the stairs in Dodongo's right now. And a bundle of arrows for Sonic and Dodongo's. We saw that there wasn't much earlier before the not bomb bag chest in the same room as the bomb bag chest containing the bomb bag, which Sonic will get shortly. Oof.
Our favorite chest in Fire. What the hell happened? Opening the chest and getting a nice ice trap.
And also sequence breaking that Song of Time block. You can jump slash with the hammer and not bother moving the Song of Time.
Oh!
Oh!
No.
Deep
That
fire rewarded
big.
today! Forest Temple now in logic. Or wait, no, he still needs to go get that bow.
Correct, but he probably will get this. It's right here. He knows his way of the hero. Gonna potentially kill Logia first.
Oh yeah, you're
And
down
Sonic
in here,
picking
and
up.
you need that medallion. No reason not to.
Alright, he just, yeah, what the hell happened? Still does have his fairy, so he has plenty of time. Sonic picking up the bomb bag.
Yep, and doing the nice little tricksy jump there to get over to that platform without bothering to equip the hovers. And grabbing the adult's wallet now. Putting Fire firmly into logic. Yes, what the hell's happened does seem to have a bit of a lead, but this is early enough in this seed that if there are any choke points where they are both stumbling around trying to find something, the lead could easily shift there.
Definitely.
But based on current knowledge and items, there is a slight lead going on.
The real question would be if Sonic decides to dip Fire right after the boss key. That would be a little bit of a mistake.
Ducking out of Fire right at that point?
Yep.
Yeah, that would not be smart this particular seed. We don't know where the other two strength upgrades are hiding, so this may be the one that is logically intended to get to right now, in order to make progression anywhere else. It is possible that the other strength upgrades are locked behind this specific strength upgrade.
Would it be new for Randobot?
Not at all.
Sonic picking up some nice money. Filling up that wallet. And what the hell happened? Finishing off Vivaldia, getting that Shadow Medallion under his belt.
And hopefully for him, headed over to go check the fairy fountain right now. Is he heading for Goron City? Is he gonna just duck
He's
out?
probably
Oh,
resetting
no.
the timer. Oh, oh.
Oh,
No,
you're
he's
right,
going
you're
back.
right. That is
Yeah.
resetting the timer there. My bad. This is why they're in the tournament and I'm on mic.
Picking up the Crater Heart piece.
And slipping around it a little bit. Getting that health refill from it, which will come in handy shortly. Oh. Didn't quite make that hop there, but that's alright. I'm getting his ocarina equipped while he's in the menu already, so we know he's headed to the ferry. So about to get that bow.
Alright, Sonic finishing up DC, getting that Kokiri Emerald. Now let's see if he decides to go back to fire with that bomb. Nice. What the hell happened? Picking up that bow. Now we can fully clear.
And Sonic buying a shield.
I approve.
I do as well. We know that 30, 40, and 50 skulls are dead. We still don't know if there's something hanging out on 10 or 20. I have a suspicion that there's something on 20 due to an early bottle, but that's just how I read early logic. What the hell's happened? Checking out Upper Crater while Sonic is now taking care of Adult Shooting Gallery. Did Sonic earlier check Upper Crater, or are these new checks for us? I don't remember seeing them.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing them, but he did get 2 fairy fountains, so I think he did. Yeah, he got the Potus.
Yeah. Okay. You know I need to crowdsource my memory to you guys, chat. And a bloopy on 10 skulls. 20 is still a possibility, though.
And Sonic warping to the graveyard. See what he decides to do here. Another Goron City is on the way of the hero hint for what the hell happened.
Well, we have seen 4 different unique Way of the Hero hints, so we know that none of them are going to have duplicate items.
Right.
Or at least we know that there isn't a guaranteed duplicate special items in any of them. And Sonic playing Zelda's Lullaby to head towards the Composer Grave now, about to get whatever song is hanging out there. What the hell's happened? Prepping to do a Mido skip here, so probably headed to go take on Forest Temple.
And gets the Mido skip. Sonic getting Saria's song from the Composer Grave, so this is not an all dungeon seed.
Not a logically required all dungeon seed for forest access, at least. We don't know. It may still be all dungeons. They may have to go in and take care of water. No, we could have one of the required child songs or something.
Frogs.
Frogs! Or no, we know Minuet is on Ocarina of Time, so Ocarina of
Right.
Time won't lock frogs today. My bad, my bad.
Unfortunately.
But yes, chat pointing out that Morpho's boss heart could hold something required, which would require all the dungeons now.
And what the hell happened entering Forest Temple?
We have seen the Tektite Grotto already, so we know that, I believe it was a heart piece, possibly a blue piece. It was not essential progression locked in the Tektite Grotto. Oh, and that's a nice little bonus for what the hell's happened in the first check of Forest Temple, getting double defense. So that makes things just a little easier, gives you just a little more breathing room going through the seed. And Sonic now on the elevator, headed up further into Fire Temple. What the hell's happened? Killing skulls in the main lobby of Forest Temple and heading towards the Stalfos room there. Sonic, now equipped with bombs and shield, is able to do the ground jump strat here to bypass the strength requirement.
This is why you always buy a shield.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and so since we did need to sequence break to get deeper into fire, the strength upgrade that he may or may not find if he goes far enough in cannot logically be the first one.
So that is strength 2 by logic.
Yes, that cannot be strength 1. I misspoke earlier. I wasn't remembering that we had done a sequence break already. And yes, what the hell's happened has found another stick upgrade. So we've got plenty of sticks to run around with. Nobody has done the bottom of Zora Fountain check yet, but that is something that is locked behind Iron Boots and could possibly be what the Way of the Hero hint is pointing towards. We don't have access to it.
Yeah, they would need Rudo's letter for that, which they have not found yet.
And what the hell has happened? Prepping to do the backwards way of getting through this area by hookshotting up. It is a little bit of a fussy hookshot to get high enough to be able to grab the vine, so having to take a second try at that shot. And Sonic making progress in Fire Temple. About to get am I remembering rightly, the boss key we're about to see?
Yep.
Yeah. And what the hell's happened? About to get whatever is in the bow chest in Forest.
Just an arrow.
A bundle of danger darts. Not essential progression there. And what the hell's happened? About to drop down into the well, so we'll see what's in the well in Forest. Sonic continuing.
So it looks like...
Go right ahead.
I was about to say that, just what you were about to say, Sonic's is going deeper into fire, not instantly dipping, so he will get that strength, hopefully.
And Sonic, having picked up Furor's Wind, is now setting that Furor's point right where you would need to play Scarecrow's song. Not gonna actually be able to use it right at this moment, but maybe he's hoping to see Longshot somewhere nearby to pull off Pixel Shot with. We know he's not gonna find it anywhere nearby, but you may be hoping that that's available. Or also concerned about falling somewhere and wanting to be able to get back to the upper level of the maze real easy.
The Furor's is probably to get back up after falling down the little pit over here. Just a little time speed up.
And if you were to find Longshot, being able to get right there and be able to pull off the pixel shot. If Sonic, one of the things that may be going through Sonic's head is if he found Longshot, being able to conveniently pull off pixel shot to bypass needing the Scarecrow.
So Sonic is getting a bit closer to that strength. Well, what the hell happened? Pushing some blocks in forest.
Yep, using that strength. But yes, there's a reason why I'm not a competitor in this tier of play. I don't make the smart plays, and I can't always predict the smart plays because I'm not an exceptionally smart player myself just yet.
It seems like the play now is just deep fire.
Mm-hmm.
Every seed.
Yep, well, what the hell's happened is continuing to get the blocks moved. Strength was up in hammer chest. So Sonic, if it continues through fire, will be able to find it fairly soon. Oh, chat's right. Hammer was the ice trap. Hammer was not the strength check. Y'all know
Yes,
I'm kind of a dummy.
Score.
Y'all know I'm kind of a dummy. Yes, that strength upgrade logically was locked behind a previous strength upgrade and Song of Time.
Now, yeah, the Song of Time is interesting. That could be in a lot of places, actually. I would guess Ice Cavern.
Yeah, that's a logical possibility for it.
What the hell happened? Picking up a big Goron sword?
Ah, those are handy.
Definitely. Gonna make life a lot easier for him.
Purple, I know you really want Giant's Knife strats to become a thing, but I don't think that's ever gonna take off. As for seeing what is hanging out now in the Floor Master chest in fire for what the hell's happened. Anything nifty there?
Just a key.
Keys are nifty.
They are.
And warping right back to be able to switch that twisty staircase back around.
Yep. Making nice use of that Furor's Wind.
Yeah, and Sonic about to get trolled. And falling on down, landing right smack dab on that Song of Time block.
Picking up the strength. Alright.
And possibly deciding to peace out. Gonna reset.
Now, Sonic is really low on health, and he does not have the fairy, so we'll see what he chooses to do.
There are two fairies.
Correct, yes.
So in this lava room here, if he heads right side there's a couple of bombs and a couple fairies. Getting that bottle out. It's cutting it pretty close there with that timer.
Yep, lots of close timers in these bracket matches.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, in the match I was commentating yesterday, we were seeing quite a lot of tempting fate. We saw multiple times. Timer's getting down to 2. Getting by the skin of their teeth with those timers yesterday. And now what the hell's happened? Shooting down the blue Po picture frames. And Sonic starting up the Volvagia fight.
So at this point, what are we really missing? They do need Din's Fire for Shadow, another Strength and Mirror for Spirit, and
We're needing
Bottle
Ruto's
and
Letter and Boomerang for that Jabu play.
there is quite a good amount of stuff they need. Let's see if anything's in Forest. If not, they're gonna have to search.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that Stone of Agony was for Ocarina of Time, for that logically possibly required, or wait, no, it wasn't logically required Minuet, so we know that the stone wasn't required for Ocarina, for 30, 40, or 50, or for Bigoron. What is the last?
Have we seen Pose?
Pose. Haha. So, Stone of Agony, either pointing to Pose or a big ol' troll.
I mean, if it's not Pose, Stone of Agony has been pretty useful so far, telling the runners that boat, what was it?
That those iron boots were way the hero, pointing towards those hovers in Goron City.
And there is the second bow we found. The third one is in the Spirit Temple.
We did get a hint about that, so we know where that one's hiding out. Nothing can be on Mask of Truth in the tournament settings. We have that particular check turned off to minimize the likelihood of all dungeon seeds. As much as we all love a good 5-hour race, having those be a lot more likely is not the greatest from the restreaming standpoint, making sure that we actually have race staff available to help facilitate that restream. Having commentators around, being able to keep trackers on hand, and, for the poor racers themselves.
And we have Sonic here doing the Mido skipping the Mido skip with the Zarya song.
That's so vanilla. All dungeon seeds are do certainly seem to be disproportionately generated by Randobot, as opposed to the younger sibling, Randobot 2. If any of you guys hang out regularly, you know that my favorite of those two children is Randobot 2.
Alright, Sonic about to enter Forest, really close to when what the hell's happened is about to finish. Just needs to do the basement and fight Phantom Ganon.
Yes, we've gone over this a few times, chat, in races in recent weeks. Which one's this? Is this one Meg, that what the hell's happened fighting? The purple Po, is that one Meg?
Meg, that is Meg, if I remember right.
I can never remember anything.
Amy is the green one. Ah man, I forgot the other ones. I know Meg is purple and Amy is green. I don't remember the blue. And
Beth and Joelle are the other two names, but I'm not sure which one goes to which.
Alright, Beth is blue. Beth for blue, okay.
Hopefully I can remember that. Oh right, yes. we determined that they really did need to be renamed Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. to rename these ghosts after the Pac-Man ghosts. That is a much more amusing set of names for them. Yes, their official names are named after the characters in Little Women, but You know, all of our headcanon. We can think whatever we want. And what the hell's happened? Playing everyone's favorite puzzle. Turn it counterclockwise. And just getting a heart piece in the basement there, and grabbing the last skull in Forest Temple right there. Sonic taking care of the Stalfos early on in Forest, and getting some more sticks.
Alright, what the hell happened? Finishing up the counterclockwise puzzle. We will see what Phantom Ganon has. Will he have the long shot?
Well, we know that there will be a water medallion here for the efforts, so this is important to take care of. But yeah, let's see
Definitely.
if Phantom Ganon has anything on that boss heart that's useful for figuring out what to do next. Bigoron Sword is nice, but it doesn't point towards anything. Doesn't lead towards any additional checks. I believe that there is one Skulltula in Logic that logically requires Bigoron Sword. Because nothing else can quite reach it. We have not seen a light arrow check since these folks just recently got their shadow medallions. They have not gone back to the Temple of Time to see what is given by Zelda at the light arrows location.
What the hell's happened? Getting that nice one cycle off on Phantom Ganon using that big Goron sword. Oh, well, speaking
then.
of light arrows.
Well then, okay. Phantom Ganon, definitely worth the effort today. We just got those light arrows off of him.
Phantom Ganon betrayed.
That is one more Go Mode item. Yes, this is easy light arrows today, as they are smack dab in your path. You would have to take some effort to avoid them. Granted, I've accidentally walked through the warp pad in Forest Temple without picking up the Phantom Ganon boss heart before. In my opinion, that's the worst one to accidentally miss, because you end up next to the Deku tree when you're done, instead of just outside the dungeon.
Alright, what the hell's happened? About to do the Composer Graves check. Gonna get, I believe, Saria's song.
I believe you are right with that. That is what I remember there being there. And Sonic still in Forest Temple. And heading towards the block puzzle room now. Our overlay, you will see we now have accessible bracket and schedule chat commands in the room now.
Ooh, nice.
In Twitch chat, the ticker along the bottom is reminding you that you can use those to learn some useful things about what these folks here are up to. We had some requests about that yesterday, and Trezco, being the master he is, added them in for us.
Alright, what the hell's happened? Where is he gonna go next? I'm actually really curious. There's not that much options left for these guys.
I don't think he did Adult Shooting Gallery earlier, so maybe headed to go take that out.
Right. Okay, have we seen that check yet?
Yes, Sonic did it earlier. It wasn't anything significant.
Alright.
Yeah, Trez is alright. But then again, I'm basically just your bargain bin discount dollar store Trezco today. Handling this restream for you. 90% fewer memes. I'm sorry, my computer isn't very good about letting me do Google image searches on the fly.
Oh, that is a good point. Chad pointing out neither of them have entered well. That would be a good spot if they decide to go child. And I don't believe we've seen a river or domain play yet. So yeah, never mind. They do have quite a bit of options left.
Yeah, I am not good at getting all of the memes. I mean, I could try, but it would probably make the stream stutter pretty hard, and I don't want to do that to you guys. Although in theory, I could run some image searches on my phone and then just send things to myself in the Discord. We are capturing audio straight from the Discord calls, so I do have to have Discord open. If you think all of these crazy shenanigans look like fun, you know you can join us here, right?
You can join us in the weeklies every race. Those are really fun.
For all of your Ocarina of Time randomizer needs, come join us in the Discord server. Tech Grotto has been checked. It is not important. What the hell's happened? Going back child now, as Sonic continues to make their way through Forest Temple.
So yeah, what the hell's happened? Probably gonna go for the well.
The category that we are running today is a randomizer accessible rule set. It is it's not MST or 100%. This is a randomizer category. It does have its own special rule set, accessible. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there. I was just trying to answer a question in chat.
It's cool.
If chat hadn't noticed, I tend to ramble a lot. Not sure if that makes me a good commentator or a bad commentator, but it's what I do.
It's a good thing. Don't worry about it. Alright, what the hell's happened? Finishing up Bomb Shoe Bowling. And Sonic going through, this is Forest Temple, yes. Going through Forest Temple.
Yeah, the blue one was, or the red one, we had that confirmed earlier, Joel. And what the hell's happened? Just getting that mirror shield.
Alright, that's a nice find. Not going to be too useful until he gets that second strength. But probably will get that soon. Giving them spirit access.
And what the hell's happened? Just free aiming that second shot as opposed to doing the setup first. What is the second bomb chew item? A bloopy. But we can't actually make progress. Not any significant progress in Spirit just yet, due to lack of a strength upgrade.
Yep.
But what the hell's happened and Sonic both have that slingshot now.
It's true.
So they could make some progression in child side.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. What the hell happened? Going for the fairy fountain near a castle.
We found light arrows on Phantom Ganon boss heart, so Sonic is about to trip over them. And we're seeing the castle fairy fountain, I believe for the first time now, for what the hell's happened. An hour and a half in, we're finally getting Child 2.
Oh, going straight for Requiem. Oh, I'm sorry, for the Colossus. So we're gonna see Child Side Spirit, probably.
That does seem like a good play to get that taken care of. But neither of these folks went and got any beans. So we're not going to be able to see the bean spot get set up for later.
Will the beans come back to haunt them?
Well, with all of the warp songs, it's not going to be too hard to to come back out here later after visiting the river.
True.
But it is a bit noteworthy that it isn't ready just yet. Also needing to, at some point or another, set up Scarecrow Song as a child.
Right. Neither of them have done that yet.
Okay, and give me just 1 sec. Apparently my husband locked himself out of the house, so I need to go let him in. I'll be right back.
Alright. What the hell happened? Keeping that shield on. Let's see what he'll do. Will he lose the Deku shield? Leave him out there. No, you guys are... Oh my god, you guys are brutal. Alright, well, Sonic halfway through that block puzzle, and what the hell happened? Lighting these torches in Child Side Spirit. Lost the husband. Oh my god, no. That's a good one. Alright, getting a key.
Hey, Lost
no.
It's not here. Time to post memes.
Alright,
and
go.
talk
get
about
the
memes. We need memes.
Go, memes. Memes.
So, I'm asking this question again. So, Shade, give me an answer.
Mhm.
So if a woodchuck could chuck and woodchuck would, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
So you're asking if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would the woodchuck?
Chuck. Yeah.
See, I know what you're supposed to bet, because I heard this one yesterday.
Oh no.
Shit lost his bag. I'm leaving.
Yes, I did need to go recover my husband, because it's raining outside, and I don't want to leave him out in the rain. That's not very nice.
Well, Traz, my answer, according to chat, will be 420.
I know what the proper answer is, but I'm not going to put it, because I'll let other people find out for themselves.
Obviously 69, yes. Okay, my bad. But I think in all of that meme madness, I did catch a glimpse of a silver gauntlet somewhere in Child Spirit.
Ooh, I see that on the tracker. Guys,
yeah.
You're supposed to tell me these things if I step away for a moment.
I wasn't 100% sure if it happened. I was trying to process the enormous, memes, heading my way.
Also, if you feel like running with the gag of 69, the daily challenge seed posted in the Discord last night is daily seed number 69. Nice.
Wow.
Yes, he did mismark the keys on his tracker.
Oh my god. Playing some key sanity.
Oh no, he'd left the house earlier and I'd locked the doors. He'd left the back door unlocked for himself.
Oh.
But I saw that he wasn't in the house, and so I just locked the door that was randomly not locked. Droon is saying that that the daily seeds were something that they helped start earlier on.
I remember when that started. Oh man, that was so long ago. Holy crap.
No, see, I don't want Keezy in my house, cause, yeah, neighbors. I may be in a moderately rural area, but I am still in town in a not particularly populated area.
Okay, hopefully your neighbors don't just sequence break into your house or anything.
Yeah, I don't wanna leave that option. We need those rules in place. I'm not in a sketchy neighborhood or anything, but, you know. There's being paranoid, and then there's being reasonably cautious.
That's true. Alright, well we have Sonic finishing up Phantom Ganon. Well, halfway through. And what the hell happened? Pulling that block that always takes just one extra pull too many. For some reason.
18. Yes, I've counted. It is 18 little nudges to get that thing where it belongs. What the hell has happened? Grabbing those silver rupees now. And Sonic getting that essential progression. Grabbing those light arrows. And what the hell's happened being rather flippant with all of those bomb chews. Some people really conserve those. What the hell's happened? Just throwing them every which way. And lighting those torches. I don't think I can keep track of how many times there's been required progression for seeds I've played on these, but, you know.
Now, will these have hover boots? Well, let's see. Oh wait, do we have hovers yet? No, we do not, right?
We have both
We
shoes
do.
already.
Where was hovers?
Hovers were, those were at, outside Goron City, is that?
Right,
Yeah. Rightly? Or am I mixing?
Okay.
I gotta be careful that I don't mix up today's seeds with any of the 3 that I helped with yesterday.
Right. I was remembering hovers there from a seed I played yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, when you're involved in lots of rando, sometimes those things get a little bit mixed up.
Yep.
And Sonic making the
Oh. Ooh.
making the play to gamble going into Water Temple with no long shot. What the hell's happened? Getting a bottle with a fish on the hand. And seems to be trying to decide what to do next. Or possibly taking a bathroom break. We are an hour and 45 minutes in.
I'd guess he's waiting for night so we can do digging.
See, that makes much more sense.
Oh, this dip into water. It's interesting.
Well, we do have that way of the hero hint for something locked behind iron boots.
Right.
That was the only bit of progression in Mito's house, and we did get the hint that Mito was way of the hero today. And today, Dompe digging, not having anything important. Dotso yesterday got snagged and overlooked that check, and unfortunately his long shot was on there.
That was unfortunate.
I'm not trying to be mean to you, Dotso. It was tragic to watch. So you were definitely holding your own in that race otherwise.
What the hell happened? Picking up some Skulltulas from Nightcack. Probably gonna progress that Skull Mask quest just a little bit as well.
Oh yeah, rocking that Keaton mask right now. We've got the Keaton of time here on What the Hell's Happened side.
Sonic glitching out his
yeah.
having some fun.
That was interesting to watch.
Oh. So, if water does not have anything, what else do we have? We have the toilet and I believe something else?
Bottom of Zora's Fairy Fountain. Or, not
Right,
Fairy
that's
Fountain.
what it
Bottom
was.
of Zora's Fountain. So those are the other possibilities.
So it's looking like what the hell's happened is gonna skip out on the well for now, gonna head directly probably to Spirit to finish it up. He did get the strength 2 from Spirit and has the mirror shield. Get that out of the way.
And
Sonic.
is logical to have both those strength upgrades now. did sequence
Correct.
break earlier, but there wasn't anything required to get to Child Side Spirit in the high reaches of the Fire Temple. So that second strength upgrade is now logical.
Sonic potentially taking a bathroom break or something?
The toilet is what we lovingly refer to the water room inside Gerudo Training Ground as. It is locked behind a Song of Time block. You need the iron boots. There's a whole bunch of annoying little enemies hanging out down in the water there, and you gotta gather up some silver rupees underwater. It's everybody's favorite thing.
Sonic, chat saying Sonic is Googling how to get to the second floor.
But he's got the iron boots. You can just do the bomb chew strat. Am I the only one who still does that?
It's so slow, I don't like it.
Yeah, but it's so much more reliable because you don't run the
can't
risk
fail
of
it.
missing it. You can't
that's
really
true.
screw it up. As long as you've got the hook shot in order to, you know, sequence break that chest a little bit. Some people want the toilet to be renamed to the jacuzzi. Yes, that is a petition. I am not in favor of it though, and since I'm on mic today, I'm gonna keep calling it the toilet.
I think it's the toilet. It is not a jacuzzi. A jacuzzi
That is
tends to
not
be
a
an
cozy
enjoyable place. Yep. I, for one, do not like clams in my jacuzzis.
Oh.
I don't know about you guys.
I actually used to manage a swimming pool and spa supply store, so yeah, I'm all too familiar with all of the things that can be found in a jacuzzi.
Oh god. Oh no.
I will not detail them here, but let's just say I'm acquainted.
I will be very concerned if you found clams in a jacuzzi.
I've seen some pretty interesting things.
Yeah. Oh man.
Chat thinking that me finding weird stuff when helping other people take care of their equipment further reinforces the idea that it should, in fact, be the jacuzzi. And Sonic, making the way further into Water Temple. What the hell's happened? Headed into the mirror room on adult side of Spirit Temple. So we're seeing new checks on both sides. I shouldn't be memeing right now.
So these two checks that Sonic is about to come up on would either be 2 items or the boss key. So if there's something in water, there's a very good chance it's here. We'll see.
We're getting a bloopy in mirror room and a purple rupee. So just some money here. What the hell's happened has maxed out wallet at 200, so not really doing him any good.
And Sonic about to fight Dark Link. Should be pretty easy with that big Goron sword of his.
Yeah, I need to get better at that strat.
I don't like Dark Link. It's harder than Ganon.
Agreed. I tend to go for hammer strat.
I recently learned the strat where you like kind of angle yourself and you hit him while he's behind you.
That's what I was
my new
expecting
favorite.
to see Sonic doing just now.
He used the good old nut strats.
Nuts OP. Please nerf. Except please don't nerf nuts. Devs, don't do that to us.
Alright, boss key. No Song of Time.
So cannot make it to the river right now.
Yeah. So water so far not paying off for Sonic. And what the hell's happened? If there's nothing in water, what the hell's happened? Has gained some decent time over Sonic just by progressing through both Spirit and Child Spirit.
But water. Oh, water is just a stone. That's right. So
Water is just a stone, yeah.
So Sonic
was a
may
pretty
be
big
making the gamble that this is a Randobot seed, and therefore has a high likelihood, at least in everybody's minds, of being all dungeon. Maybe making that gamble. Not sure it's the wisest move right now, though.
And Adult Spirit so far, I believe, has not paid off yet, but are a good chunk of checks still left.
And there is the Spirit Temple boss key.
Nice.
Locked behind Mirror Shield, which isn't really a big deal because we have it. Or what the hell's happened has it. Sonic hasn't discovered it just yet. That was back at Bomb Chew Bowling, so most likely. Oh, and there is the archery enabler that we read about earlier.
What the hell happened? Picking up all 3 bows. Plenty of arrows.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what was in Mirror Shield chest. Oh, bundle of arrows.
Some arrows for that bow.
Yes, Randobot is trying. What Randobot is trying to accomplish is still a bit uncertain, but Randobot is trying to do something. Which you guys all know, I am in favor of Randobot 2. Randobot 2, trying its best to not carry the reputation of its elder sibling. And Sonic continuing to make some of those more complicated checks in Water Temple, gambling on that that hint that Iron Boots was way of the hero, hoping to find something useful in Water Temple.
If he finds something, it probably will be pretty big for him.
Mm-hmm.
Dipping water is, even with the hint, it's a bit of a risky play.
Yes, it being just a stone. But at this point, we are not seeing anything important found in Water Temple, which does still leave the possibility that something is in Zora's fountain in the bottom under the water there, which also requires Iron Boots to access.
And there is still one item we won't be able to see because they do not have Song of Time yet, and I believe that is a guaranteed item.
This
The
river
river
check,
chest.
if I'm remembering correctly, you are right about that. River chest being required to be an item based on key distribution logic. In order to prevent soft lock situations, that cannot be a key. And Sonic, with 9.5 hearts, looking to be making the gamble going down into the basement in Water Temple. And utilizing swimming with boots to manipulate some things here.
Alright, and what the hell's happened? About to enter the boss of the Spirit Temple.
Naburu Iron Knuckle fight first, but yes, we'll be hitting
Yeah.
up Twin Rova very shortly.
Yeah, we can show Naburu some love. She's part of the boss fight.
I'm making quick work, though, using that stored jump slash on the Bigoron sword and using those power crouch stabs.
This is Sonic is, I believe, still adult 1. This is adult 2 for what the hell's happened.
I believe you are correct on that. What the hell's happened did go do a few odds and ends, such as Child Side Spirit as a child, but very short child too.
Yep. Productive one though. He got Mirror Shield and Strength really quickly.
True, true. Oh, and Sonic resetting. Whereas what the hell's happened is dealing with Phase 1 Twin Rova.
Phase 1 is really annoying.
It is not great. Okay, and Sonic raising the water level back to the top for in the water temple.
What else
Sonic
does...
will likely get their mirror shield shortly. It was not well hidden. It was not in a extremely inconvenient place to get. So likely when Sonic gets around a child too, they'll be able to get that pretty quick. And what the hell's happened? Taken out Phase 2 of Twin Rova with that big Oron sword, making easy work of it. And Sonic changing the water level around some more.
Oh, what checks does he have left? Have we seen Boss Key? I think that would be the last check for him. Boss Key
That
chest?
is likely what he was moving the water down for. Probably gonna go for the strats for looks like we're seeing Dragon Chest.
Alright.
Yes, we did not see Boss Key Chest yet, I don't believe.
Alright, what the hell's happened? Finishing up the Spirit Temple, getting that fourth medallion, which will get him another song.
We are at the 2-hour mark in here. What the hell's happened? Having 4 of the medallions needed to summon the bridge and go fight Ganon. And Sonic. Both of the players received I believe both of them saw it, where a Way of the Hero hint was pointing to Iron Boots. And so Sonic making the gamble that something is hanging out here in Water Temple.
Alright, so what the hell happened? Going to child, probably. Oh wait, no, he's not a child. I totally thought he was child for some reason. Okay, never mind.
Headed towards Gerudo, but Tektite Grotto.
Ah, Grotto with the nice reversed camera.
Yeah, that's more fun to watch than just the standard backwalking. I don't know how to do that trick just yet, but it looks cool.
It does. I believe it's some frame perfect garbage.
Yeah, I can't do any of that.
Just the blue pea.
We know that Minuet of Forest is on Ocarina of Time, and Saria's was not locked behind Minuet, so we don't need Ocarina of Time for anything at this point. The only thing that could possibly be Stone of Agony locked right now is Pose. We have not seen any hints about Pose. And we don't know where Epona's is, so...
Oh, what the hell happened? Gonna dip water as well. Okay.
Yeah. Taking those hints to heart, but not gonna have any more luck at it than Sonic did, because no extra equipment to get to any of those additional places. And Sonic now headed into Bombchu Bowling, gonna be able to pick up that pick up that mirror shield to take on Spirit soon.
So, what the hell happened has not checked the prelude check after getting that 4th medallion. And if that is Song of Time, you might need to double dip water if something's important behind there.
Oof, yeah, that was not the smartest routing decision there.
Yeah. Alright. Sonic picking up that mirror shield.
But still needing that second strength upgrade from child side spirit to make any progress on adult side. Hopefully he'll think to go and do those checks though. I know some people are kind of resistant if you don't have everything you need to get through somewhere, being wary of going there at all, and I'm guilty of that myself, but it's not always a smart play. And Sonic headed towards the castle, likely going to go check out the castle fairy fountain.
Yep. Now we'll see if he decides to go Child Spirit or Well before he decides to go to well, he has Well and Child Spirit open to him. See which he decides to do, because we have not seen what's inside of the well yet.
Yes, and Rob pointing out that the third strength upgrade could be somewhere else. That Child Side Spirit may not be the only way to make further progress on Adult Spirit. Reverse Wasteland will never be required in logic. Reverse Wasteland is something that people can do. And Forward Wasteland lensless is logically consistent with the settings that we have here. They may be required to go through. They could potentially be required. They aren't in this because we got Requiem so early, but based on bracket settings, somebody could need to do lensless Wasteland. But Reverse Wasteland is never an expected trick. Yep. Yeah. Chat predicting that Sonic is headed towards the well.
And looks like he is. Gonna be some new checks for us. There could actually be another strength in here, which would be interesting.
We are gonna see some what the hell's happened? Really not wanting to
There you go.
not wanting to hit that switch. And we're gonna see some bottom of the well here now. What the hell's happened? Deciding that's enough.
Enough
and
water.
getting out of water.
Kona song. That is some GTG access.
Mm-hmm. And horseback archery in Logic now too. Everybody knows that that's my favorite. I love doing horseback 1500. It's my favorite. It totally doesn't take me an hour to do. But in this seed today, nobody's going to get tripped up on that Ingo race because we are playing with the Fast Epona setting enabled. That is something that was voted on by the top 16 people. That was community decided. I know some people have mixed opinions on that, on the Fast Epona setting, but it is something that was voted on by the participants. It isn't something that any of the organizers said, you guys have to vote this way. We asked, what settings do you guys want? And that's what folks told us that they wanted.
And what the hell happened? Picking up that skull mask. Gonna be able to do the skull mask check.
The top 25 were all polled on what settings that they wanted, and the top 16 were used to determine. So I'm going to assume that Glitchy was polled, but Glitchy's settings of choice were not included in what 16 votes made the decision. I would guess that that's how things went down, due to Glitchy being moved into brackets matches a little after the fact. I'm sure y'all are familiar with the controversy. We don't need to worry about that. It's done, and everybody would like to move on.
Definitely. And Sonic having so many sticks doesn't even bother to do broken stick.
Yep, having both of those stick capacity upgrades. Not even needing to worry about wasting sticks. What the hell's happened? Getting more health from the target in the woods.
Now we can see the skull mask check.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you know, I have to spam my favorite emote for this room. I do it every race.
And I
Ooh,
can't really see. Was that a
was
scale?
the scale.
Alright, what the hell happened? Picking up the scale from Skull Mask.
So that puts Vanilla Rudo's bottle check into logic, as well as making the shortcut between Lost Woods and Zora's Domain be a thing that's usable.
Alright, gonna go clear up not Dodongo's Cavern, Child Goron City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, able to take care of the spinning pot. I don't recall if either of the runners took care of the large rolling Goron earlier. I don't think they dipped back into...
Yeah, I believe neither of them have done that yet.
Chat saying that they would like some Vanilla Rudo's letter, that'd be funsies. No, nobody went Child Dodongo, I just misspoke. They both just had fairly long Adult 1 phases. What the hell's happened now on Child 3, Sonic on Child 2? At this point, we'll probably stop counting as they go back and forth.
Yep. Giant's Wallet's already in.
Yeah.
Well, putting Undying King Zora in logic.
And Sonic getting thrown into that Gold Skulltula. Using the like to get flung into it due to having no boomerang to get it.
Will we have the dream? Will we have Rudo's letter on King Zora today?
That is the true dream. And it is now a logical possibility from having gotten that Giant's Wallet.
Never mind, the dream just died.
Well, never mind. There was Rudo letter on Large Rolling Goron. So we have Jabu access. Are we going to get the dream of Vanilla Boomerang? That dream's still a possibility. What the hell's happening? Accidentally falling into a grotto. Forgetting that there was that hole in the ground right there.
Alright, it's gonna be able to use that scale really nicely over here with the nice shortcut.
Mm-hmm. Obviously headed right over to Zora's, equipping the bottle and the ocarina, so gonna be able to head into Zora's domain and check that out right away. Probably also wanting to get King Zora moved, in case that
Definitely.
Iron Boots Way of the Hero hint was pointing to Zora's fountain.
Oh yeah, that's true. He now can access that.
Mm-hmm. And now we can see if that's where it was pointing. And Sonic not finding anything of use or note inside bottom of the well, so looks to be headed to Zora's River as well.
Yep. Except he does not have the ladder.
Nope. But we'll be able to do those river checks
Yes.
before going in to do the early domain checks. I'm assuming what the hell's happened, we'll head back to get those 3 checks sooner or later.
Yep.
And Sonic, again, still being very flippant with all those sticks, having so many, and not really needing to worry about them. Also, heading to the bean salesman. So Sonic's got some beans now.
Gonna be able to do the Colossus Bean and the Graveyard Bean.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and heading right back to the graveyard to go plant that bean, most likely.
Probably gonna chain that into Child Spirit.
Yeah, things that we are still waiting on to hit go mode. We're gonna need that. Let's see, what are we still needing at this point?
Well, we definitely
We need Boomerang.
Boomerang. Is that it?
Chat's pointing out
Dins.
Dins to get into Shadow Temple. We have the things
Right.
to get through it. Don't have the things to get into it in the first place.
So yeah, as for who's ahead, it does look like What the Hell's Happened has a decent sized lead right now. He has finished Spirit Temple, but based on the location of both the Boomerang and Dins, could be anyone's game.
Yeah, we have had some divergence in what they're taking care of, so it is possible. Nobody has it on lock at this point. There isn't this person's one, clearly. Since we still have some unknowns hanging out there.
Alright, vanilla bottle check.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know it isn't going to be a vanilla.
Oh, right,
But
right.
what do we got? Just
Just some
arrows.
arrows. Gonna finally be setting up this Scarecrow song.
Mm-hmm. And Sonic headed into Child Spirit now. Hopefully gonna decide not to bail after the first 2 chests and make some progress in to get that strength upgrade. Rudo's letter was on Large Rolling Goron in Goron City as a child. Okay, so Sonic taking advantage of that slingshot and just not really wanting to deal with those enemies in there. What the hell's happened? Showing off that letter and completely bypassing those mweeps.
Looks like he is gonna go for that vanilla boomerang check. Well, the dream vanilla boomerang check, equipping that fish.
Chat saying that that the strength is in the first 2. I'm sorry, I thought it was
Oh yeah, I
thought it was up above, but I was out of the room when that happened. We were playing some Key Sanity in the household. As chat like to describe it.
There you go.
So there's our strength upgrade. And Sonic, taking a moment to figure out what to do and deciding to warp to right next to the door.
Okay, what the hell's happened? Starting to progress through Jabu. And escort Rudo up, get that first check, hope for the vanilla boomerang.
Yeah, this even if that vanilla boomerang chest is not something that gives any progression right now, it is still making progress through this required dungeon to move Rudo up. If you double back after getting boomerang, she is still up on the upper level once you get her there. So that does make it easier to run around in there afterwards. And Sonic making their way into further on child side spirit. Since there is no fire source yet, that does seem like the smart play in order to be able to get the chests in here that require some fire. Being able to use sticks as a child as opposed to having to deal with some of the more creative problem-solving methods as an adult.
Pushing that statue is the best rat ever.
Yeah, I need to learn how to do that one. So what the hell's happened is now headed into the forked path in Jabu with Rudo now. Gonna be able to check that vanilla boomerang chest here momentarily. And Sonic in now the silver rupee and sunblock room of Spirit Temple as a child. What the hell's happened? Also being very flippant with all of these sticks. Not worried about holding on to anything for the Baronade fight right now.
Oh, well, magic.
That's not
Could
the
be worse.
worst thing. It's not essential, but, you know, it's better than a bloopy, that's for sure.
Yep.
And what the hell's happened? Seems to be heading back to adulthood. So I'm curious where they're gonna go looking now for trying to find Dins and Boomerang.
Now, has either of them done the lens minigame? I don't remember them doing that, but they do have the lens.
Do both of them have lens?
They both did go through Child Spirit, so they should both have it. I'm pretty sure both of them have it.
Sonic's in the process of Child Spirit right now, but yes, what the hell's happened? I do believe he has it. So skipping that.
I would guess that what the hell is going towards Ice Cavern. Given that, trying to check that Iron Boots wave the hero hit.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the hell is up to right now.
I guess he's taking the shortcut to Goron City through the river. It's probably the fastest. Yeah, that is the fastest way for him. Rudo's letter was on rolling Goron as child DC.
Yeah, I was forgetting that these runners do not have Minuet and are hoping against hope that they don't end up needing to bother with Minuet since it's on the Ocarina today. So warping to the Lost Woods Sacred Forest Meadow and moving through the Lost Woods directly is not as relevant.
And Minuet is on Ocarina of Time. Answer chat. Neither of them have checked River. That is an interesting play. But I guess Ice Cavern is slightly more important right now.
Well, not Ice Cavern per se, but Zora's
Right.
Fountain.
Yeah, I personally consider like the entire area, like Ice Cavern, the stuff outside, and King Zora. I just treat it as one big place in my mind.
So Sonic looking to be going to check chest minigame with that lens. And what the hell's happened? Checking out the icebergs now. Gonna grab that iceberg heart piece and sink down, and my suspicion is that we will find progression there based on that Iron Boots Way of the Hero hint. But I don't know. Just a bloopy floating on the iceberg.
Sonic is going to be going through the lens minigame.
And looks like what the hell's happened is going to be checking the fairy fountain before sinking to the bottom. I'm getting the hint. Desert Colossus on Way of Hero. We have seen that one before. Oh, which might be why Sonic is headed towards the treasure chest game, since
yeah.
Since
that was the only. Oh well, I guess there was strength in there.
There was
but
strength, which it could be pointing to, and there was lens, which Sonic may
could
be.
Only point to this. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we have here?
Oh,
Nope,
right.
that does not turn the tide of this race in any meaningful way. So now we're getting to see what's at the bottom of Zora's Fountain. I'm curious what is down there. I think that's going to be whatever our necessary progression is. I know other people are hoping it's down in River Chest, but I like this one.
And let's see. Din's Fire. All right.
Well then.
That's ooh, that's not looking good for Sonic.
Yeah, so is what the hell's happened? Are they gonna even bother with Are they even gonna bother dealing with ice caverns at this point? Or are they gonna head straight to Shadow and hope to find Boomerang in there?
He might want to just set for Aurora's Wind in Ice Cavern, and yeah, it looks like that's what he's about to do. Just set for Aurora's Wind here, do Shadow, and if nothing's in Shadow, just come back.
Yes, Boomerang is the final no mode and go mode item here for what the hell's happened, as well as for us observing both runners right now. Getting that Dins does seem to be given the lead to what the hell's happened. Yes, Sonic is hoping very much that there is something useful on this bean check. As what the hell's happened heads down towards Shadow to get everything going down there.
And unfortunately, it is not the Boomerang.
Just money. Nothing that they have any real need for right now. But utilizing those silver gauntlets, Sonic Shadow Silver 2. It is a tongue twister, guys. Come on, give me a break. Heading in to work on Spirit Temple. Goodness, too many S's. Ah. Yeah, that choice to gamble on water does not seem to be benefiting. What the hell's happened did dip water as well, but did not go so far with it.
Yeah, and Sonic decided to do water before Child's Spirit, which was kind of the main issue, I guess.
Pirate got 9 hours of sleep last night, actually. I slept well.
Nice.
After being awake for 23 hours on 3 hours of sleep to be involved in 3 different
My-
races yesterday, because I'm
my
an
God.
overachiever.
That's a lot of restreaming. Oh man.
Well, I only hosted one of them, but I was lending a hand behind the scenes on the Euro race and was also lending a hand with the second bracket match yesterday. But I was in the captain's chair for the middle race of the day yesterday, as I am captaining this one. Which is why there's decidedly fewer memes. I'm sorry, guys.
Kraz, we need more memes.
Trez, just DM me good meme images that I can post up on screen. Trez probably went to sleep, to be fair. That's part of the reason why I'm taking over this, because Trez goes over in Europe, and it's not the most convenient time of day.
Oh, what the hell's happened? Actually showing us the tuning colors. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like that purple.
It's a nice purple.
As you may see from my my icon in the Discord chat, I like the color purple. Kitty, I know you want to be on stream, but stop trying to climb on me. It's not the best time. So what the hell's happened? Working on Shadow Temple, it is required for the medallion, and there really is minimal way of go-moding Shadow because all 5 keys are always required. It's a fairly linear dungeon.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And what the hell's happened isn't actually in go mode yet. Still needing to find that boomerang, so most likely.
No, there is a very good chance it's in shadow. Given everything. Well, there's long
the
shot.
long shot.
Okay. That's interesting.
Is boomerang on Morpha boss heart?
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Because, you know, we like to think up the worst possible scenarios for our possible runners. This seed's only 2.5 hours deep right now, and what the hell's happened is on their way to get a 5th medallion here. The only thing that we are waiting on for go mode is that boomerang.
If it's in shadow, it's gonna be maybe sub 3. It's gonna be a really hard sub 3, but maybe.
Yeah, chat right now talking about some of the possibilities of what could come next for these runners. The winner of this match will be facing against JFM in round 3, whereas whoever loses this match is facing ATZ in losers bracket round 2. So those are going to be some interesting matchups. I know everybody is hoping hoping to see some interesting upsets, but I'm sure nobody actually wants to be in the position of trying to bop ATZ out of losers bracket. Nobody wants that responsibility, I'm sure. Yes, there is still the possibility of something in the toilet, but we did not see a 20 skull hint, and we have not seen 20 skulls turned in at this point. So we do not know what is on there. I'm not sure if either of our runners have 20 skulls right now. They are not marked on the trackers, but sometimes keeping up with how many skulls the different racers have is a bit of a tricky thing.
What the hell's happened has been collecting skulls, so I feel like he would be around 20.
Probably, but
Getting crushed by the Crusher. Using those
sometimes that is a
strats.
strategic move, though, in order to reset your warp point in case you fall elsewhere in Shadow Temple.
That's what I say
I
to
use
myself.
that strat. And there is the boss key for Shadow, for what the hell's happened. Finding it above the Crushers. Sonic continuing to make their way through Spirit Temple. I was under the impression that trackers were keeping track of what checks are available to our runners based on what equipment they have. So I was under the impression that trackers were trying to keep an eye on how many Skulltulas the racers have. I could be mistaken on that. I am not on the tracking team. I'm just on the comms team.
Alright, Sonic coming up to the last check in Spirit. Other than the heart piece. And what the hell's happened? Missing that coin, unfortunately. But so far no boomerang in Shadow.
Yeah, we've not found our final go mode item just yet. So, Sonic now lowering the platform to be able to access Twinrova, with Naburu as a tiny mini-boss first. It's not the most complicated thing for these runners, being able to handle Iron Knuckle fights.
I've died to her
Especially
way
with
too
that
many
big
times.
Oron sword.
Alright. Wow, I've never seen anyone shoot the bombs to blow up the Keats. That's a interesting strat.
I think I'd watch that one up. Sonic.
Well,
Oh.
there
Well,
you go.
okay. We are
Okay.
in go mode.
This is looking
2 hours, 36 minutes in. What the hell's happened has hit go mode.
looking a bit iffy for Sonic at the moment.
Yep, that is quite a distance behind right now for Sonic. Still not having Dins, not having access to Shadow just yet.
Yeah, he would need to go back child, get the ladder, turn in the ladder, go back adult, get the Dins check, go all the way through Shadow.
Not that we wish ill on any of our racers, but yeah, for Sonic to be able to bring it back, what the hell's happened would likely have to deal with something rather tragic, like you know, like a system crash or something like that. And obviously we don't wish that on anybody. That's the worst. Din's fire was in the bottom of Zora's fountain, which is almost certainly what the Way of the Hero hint about Iron Boots was pointing towards.
Yep. Do you think he can sub 3 discs? Would be hard.
I don't know. I underestimated ATZ yesterday. They were saying about you know, how long it would take to get through Jabu and to take out Ganon, and I thought it was going to take longer than it did. So who knows? This could be a sub 3 for these folks, or for what the hell's happened.
Chat, what do you
Unfortunately,
think?
Sonic right now is not likely to be able to hit that.
Yeah. Chat thinking he can sub 3. Alright.
comes down to execution at this point. You got everything
Yep.
you need, it's just a matter of doing it. And especially since What the Hell's Happened has already dipped Jabu.
That's true. Yeah.
That does give that edge, not having to rescue Rudo from the basement. That is already taken care of. Yeah, both of these runners are definitely capable of sub-4ing this seed with where they're at and what
Yes.
they've got, and the knowledge that they have on hand. Sonic is aware that something is hidden behind those iron boots based on dipping water temple and taking care of everything that they could without a long shot.
Alright, come on. Do the bell strats for the fans. Rip bell strats.
Toilet is a location in Gerudo Training Ground, which we will not be seeing What the Hell's Happened visit today, due to him being in go mode and not needing anything else, so just having to take care of required checks right now. And Sonic getting the Epona sung now on that prelude check.
Now, if he goes to GTG, it is over.
Headed to water now. Or headed to,
The stand of the
Headed to
bell
the
for
lake.
what the hell.
Likely going to activate their Scarecrow song, Sonic, right now. Are they headed back into water? No. There is also the lab dive to take care of, that they may be thinking might be something useful at this point. Even though they have found neither scale, whereas What the Hell's Happened has both scales right now. Absolutely love for this community. And if you are wanting to throw some bits at this race, we do have a ZSR cheer mote now, if you are so inclined. I think I only have a tiny bit of pocket change left, but I'll show off what I can. Iron Boots and Hookshot are not in logic for the underwater check.
I'm surprised that's not an option already.
It is considered a sequence break.
That is true. That is true.
It is certainly allowed.
Yeah.
What
That
the hell's
scale was
happened?
in shadow. Go ahead.
One of the scales was in Shadow. I believe the other was, I want to say Goron City? Question mark?
It was... No, it was Skull Mask. Skull Mask was the first.
Oh, you are right. That is correct. Big pose leads to a free heal. Okay, so early stone. Biggest troll ever. None of the stone required checks had anything required. And What the Hell's Happened, just rolling straight past that boss heart, not even wanting to take the time to grab it because go mode.
Oh man, is Sonic about to go to GTG? That would seal it if he does.
Looking to check the grotto right here.
Right.
I don't think we've seen what's in here, actually. Oh, wait. I'm not saying the stone wasn't handy today. The stone definitely was handy by giving us some extremely useful hints, but none of the required checks that are the things that make stone have to be in logic to be available. None of those were actually needed. 30, 40, 50 skulls, pose, Ocarina of Time, those were not needed today. Nothing required on any of them.
Stone was just helpful this time, not a troll.
Randobot seeming to be getting a little bit jealous of all of the praise of its younger sibling, Randobot 2. Wanting to try and get in the public's good favor again by giving us a nice seed.
Other than the trip to water, what the hell's happened has been routing this pretty well.
Agreed.
But the trip to water, I mean, it could have paid off very well.
Mm-hmm. Sonic went to the well, and What the Hell's Happened did not. Am I remembering that correctly?
That is correct.
Yeah, What the Hell's Happened did not dip the well, and there was nothing of use in there. So... a certain amount of it is luck, but there is also a lot of skill in being able to infer what's where from the things you've had and the things that are options when.
Yep.
I just think it's amazing that some of the that at least one Sphere Zero check got completely overlooked. The open grotto on the river. Nobody
Yeah,
visited
that's amazing.
That is a freebie that nobody checked. And What the Hell's Happened headed back into Jabu.
15 minutes. I think he can do it.
It is entirely possible. And I am going to do one real quick thing since I have the controls. We are going to switch over to What the Hell's Happened's audio for now, since they are taking the lead and likely to be showing us some good stuff here. Chad asked earlier, and I am wary of changing audio around too much, but since it looks like What the Hell's Happened is going to be taking this one, I'd like to get that audio. So, Sonic, rescuing some guards now.
Yeah,
He's likely still gonna be in Gerudo area by the time What the Hell's Happened climbs the tower.
Yeah.
Or, not rescuing guards, pardon. Rescuing carpenters and fighting guards. My mistake.
The carpenters are the true enemies.
You guys should know that my memory's a little bit fuzzy from time to time, and I can't words good. I may be a native English speaker, but that doesn't mean I use the language well. And What the Hell's Happened? Only needing to take care of the tentacles here in Jabu on this level before dropping down.
Alright, and that should be the last tentacle.
What the Hell's Happened? Going to be able to drop down. I would certainly expect that he can do the trick with the boomerang to not need to climb up.
Yep.
And grabbing that princess to take her back with. Yes, chat, you know I like to keep the saucy language to a minimum, so we're just gonna call them tentacles for now. Yes, there are plenty of other things that you could compare those to, but I'm gonna choose not to right now. For some reason, I'm gonna choose to be the responsible one. When does that happen? Guess that only happens when Tresco leaves me in charge. Then I feel like I can't play around too hard and
That's
get
when you're
too
just
memey and
dropping
jokesy.
moves everywhere.
I know
You've not
being
done your
responsible is boring. And what the hell's happened? Dealing with the big Octorok here. Not gonna be a complicated fight though. So me being more memey and swearing more is
a good thing.
the improvement for me.
Yes.
You guys don't want to listen to me sing salty sea shanties, guys. That's a dangerous precedent. And Sonic getting, is that the last key now? Or no, next to last key, I believe.
Yeah. What the hell happened going for the safe box strat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Being at this point, sub 3, probably not really wanting to take too many gambles right now.
That's true. 10 minutes, 30 seconds. You could do it.
It's possible.
Huh, using a bomb chew.
Is that a strat? That's a new one for me.
Wow.
Cool. I want to
That
learn
was
that.
really cool.
That looks way easier than the boomerang setup.
And Sonic entering GTG, unfortunately.
And if I was going to rap about Ocarina of Time, I would be reciting the lyrics to Dr. Awkward's Boy Without a Fairy album. There is actually a rap album that is over remixes of Ocarina of Time music, and it is a rap album that is basically the plot of Ocarina of Time. It's about 25 minutes long. It's amazing. Me and my nerdy music. I like weird stuff. Who cares?
Sub 3, I mean, they could do it. I could see it happening.
It is still on the table. It is a possibility. Gonna be cutting it close.
Definitely. And then the last 10-ish minutes chat, if you want to think of some questions for what the hell happened, if you come here for an interview.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, for sure. Let us know if there's things you'd like to know. But based on what we've got right in front of us, unless something crazy happens, it looks like What the Hell's Happened is going to be facing JFM in round 3 of Winner's Bracket. And Sonic is going to be having to go up against ATZ.
Ooh.
Which I know is not anybody's preferred opponent. Well, of course we'll ask what the hell's happened. What the hell has happened?
Of course.
Oh, are we going to see some wrestling promos for the next round? Interesting. I would be amused if anybody did something like that. I am in favor. Yes, Scatter, I'm sure we are absolutely the first people to ever think of those jokes about what the hell's happened's name.
There we have Sonic finding the ice arrows. Therefore, he wins. You know.
And finding another slingshot there. What the hell's happened? Has 7 minutes left to cut 3 hours. We're cheering him on at this point. We'd like to see that happen. Sub 3 is nice. Sonic, unfortunately, it's not
Now, will we get
not
to
gonna
see
be
the
able to bring this
toilet?
back.
Actually, no, we can't. You don't even have Song of Time, right? Oh man. Rip
No.
the toilet.
Yeah, no. Toilet is not an option right now.
Right. Clearing the first room pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Alright, what the hell happened? Finishing the second room, skipping the validation chest.
Darn it! I want my memes! Racer, give memes, please!
He's probably hoping for that sub 3. Oh man, he didn't even take the time to walk behind them.
I know, rushing this. Oof.
Oh,
And getting smacked around a little bit too.
yeah.
And not even waiting to grab some of those hearts off of there. Oh wait, but there's the Ganon heal anyway.
There's
What
the
am I
Ganon.
doing?
Yep. Ganon being a nice guy.
Yep, and having that double magic already coming in handy. To have plenty of magic for those light arrows coming up on the Ganondorf fight.
Gonna have about 4 minutes for Ganondorf and Ganon. Let's see.
I believe in what the hell's happened. I think they'll be able to pull it off. And staying right there to be able to get on the platform easily.
Ooh, missing the quick spin.
Taking a bonk there. And Sonic resetting to get where they want to in GTG a little more easily.
Alright, there we go. What the hell happened? Getting the quick spin on Ganon. Should be able to get the one cycle with the big Goron sword. There we go.
Ah, yeah. This is not, the logic that is required to generate the Rainbow Bridge is not all dungeons. As often as we end up with all dungeon seeds, they are not actually logically required every time. This is an all medallion seed.
Sonic picking up gold gauntlets in GTG.
And what the hell's happened? Heading up against Pig Ganon. Sonic getting some nuts.
Alright.
We are gonna get that sub 3. Looks like it, unless something catastrophic happens. Oh, and Sonic headed to my favorite thing in the game, horseback archery.
Hell yeah. Oh man, that's gotta suck, seeing a dot done while you're in the middle of horseback archery.
Oh, that would Oh goodness, and we're getting a stutter here. Oh,
okay.
okay. There we go. There we go.
And it's gone again. Oh, it's back. Okay. And it's gone. Okay.
Oh, and looks like the there was a bit of lag there, so.
Yep. But GG.
GG.
Sub 3. What the hell happened? Finishing under 3 hours.
Yeah, give me just a moment and let me see if he's interested in hopping on for an interview here. GG. And looks like Sonic not inclined to forfeit out just yet. We've seen a lot of other racers opting to stop, but I'm gonna switch back over to Sonic's audio for now, and we're gonna see if what the hell's happened would like to come on for an interview with us. Turning Sonic's audio down. I'm hoping what the hell's happened would like to chat with us.
I really hope so.
Yeah, Sonic opting to keep going at this one, so we'll see. Looks like they are headed to switch back to Child. Sonic will be facing ATZ in his next bracket match. While What the Hell's Happened will be going up against JFM.
Oh man. Fun race is coming up.
Oh yeah. From a viewer's perspective, all of these races are going to be fun. I have no idea which ones are going to be pleasant or miserable for the runners. But for us who like to watch and cheer and giggle and speculate, these are fun. Yeah, I'm not sure, what the hell's happened is up to. Maybe decided to just run straight to the bathroom or something after sitting down for 3 hours straight. Maybe grabbing a snack or something.
Probably. Is that him? I'm not sure who just joined.
Oh, I didn't see.
No, I did see him pop on and leave.
Well, if you're listening in, you are welcome to hop on.
Nope.
Hey there.
Hello,
he's here.
I made it.
All right. Hello. And congratulations.
Thanks. I'm pretty hyped. This is still so scary to be alone in your room playing this with no chat, no nothing.
Oh yeah. No chat.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about this?
I'm pretty happy. I feel like I don't know, this might have been my best rando ever so far. Like overall. I think it was pretty good.
Sub 3, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, congrats on that.
So where is Sonic
on
now?
the round 2 win. Sonic is still hunting for Dins, which will lead towards Boomerang. Sonic
has not
set foot in Shadow Temple just yet.
Oh, okay.
But probably heading to Child, Goron City right now. Let's see.
Looks to be advancing the mask quest right now.
The mask.
So not currently on a path that is going to lead towards that.
Yep.
But advancing Skull Mask now. Looks like headed to the Lost Woods.
Okay.
So how'd you feel about that? What do you think of that sub-3 seed?
Like, it's weird. At first, it felt like everything just kind of went together, like fire and then forest. And then I was feeling, okay, this is going too well. There's gonna be like a block somewhere. And then, what was the next item? Was it like silver gauntlets, I think? Oh yeah, silver gauntlets and child spirit. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of... When I went to Water Temple, that's when I was the most like, oh shit, well, what am I doing here? Like, what?
So that is the main question here. So what did you think of that Wave the Hero hint on Iron Boots?
I didn't like it. I hate all Stone of Agony hints because they're confusing and they scare me. But it was like, okay, Iron Boots, it could mean it's all dungeons, but then all dungeons was Minuet.
Yeah,
And
how
it
did
was
you
like, okay,
feel with that very first check of the game, under a minute getting stone?
Yeah, that was cool to know. just to know, it was pretty cool. So like, I'm so scary. The Stone of Agony right at the start. It was like, because I've seen other people like, you misread a hint or like you get confused from a hint. And then the fact that it was Mito's house and then there was only Iron Boots, so it could mean like so many things. So I wasn't too sure like how to prioritize it. Like, should I go straight to water and hope that's what it pointed?
So you did go into water, but you kind of like decided to leave. What made you want to leave?
Well, I found 2 items, and then I don't know. I kind of felt like I was really feeling like, okay, it's gonna be bottom of domain. So I was hoping at some point I would get Ruto's letter so I could check that, and then if it's not that, then like go back to Water Temple.
Right.
So that was kind of my plan. When I went to when I moved King Zora, and after I dipped in Jabu, I thought, okay, I'm going to domain underwater, and if it's not that, I'm setting FW in Ice Cavern, going back to Water Temple. And then if it's not that, I'm going to Ice Cavern, hopefully it's Song of Time, and then I'm going to GTG and Ganon's jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi? No, it is still the toilet. I refuse to call it a jacuzzi.
We were debating this with chat earlier today of, should we stop calling it the toilet? The consensus is probably not.
Oh, come on, chat, come on.
Okay, you do not put clams in a jacuzzi. That's just all bad.
I don't know, you don't put them in a toilet. I don't know. It's the biggest debate in OT right now.
Mm-hmm. What do we call that unpleasant room?
And wasn't it required recently? Oh, it was in the weekly. Longshot was in there. So I'm happy I didn't have to do it.
Well, Sonic is about to pick up his letter.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Sonic now
Oh,
enabling being able to make any progress.
that was the hint too. Goron City Wave the Hero.
Yeah.
And there was another race where someone had that, and then there was 2 Wave the Hero items kind of in Goron City. So I decided to go there before, like, Bottom of the Well and Zora's River. Go here just in case, because I've been burned by double Wave the Hero before. So that worked out.
For those of us watching, we weren't sure what was being pointed to with the Goron City Way of the Hero hint, since there were also hover boots in there.
So yeah, how do you feel about the Stone of Agony not just completely trolling you and being moderately useful this time?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
Hopefully
Like,
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, for once I don't know, maybe we can work in the stone. Maybe it can work out in the end. I don't know. We'll see.
So how are you
Because
feeling
last
headed...
time...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say, because I saw what Rob Dog posted. Last time against Max, it had Ruto's letter, and then I thought, okay, that's Way of the Hero for sure. There's only 2 checks left. But then Phantom Ganon also had Gold Scale, which was required to go in the lab to find the Iron Boots. So I don't know. It's always like, well, should maybe kind of prioritize Way of the Hero areas, even if you found something already. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
That is some good advice, though. Might work out.
So how are you feeling about going up against JFM in the next round? Heading on to winners round 3.
No, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I gotta say, I'm happy I'm dodging ATZ in losers bracket. That's like the. I'm just happy about that. But I raise JFM a lot because we're in the same time zone. So usually, if we're doing a rando on a weeknight, we'll play against each other. And I think it's pretty 50-50 overall. I think we finished like almost with the same amount of points in the
Wow.
qualifiers. So I think it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good race to watch then.
Mm-hmm.
Bracket is crazy now.
Oh yeah, bracket. Nobody's prediction bracket is
Yeah.
is gonna get full points anymore. There is the also the prize for correct prediction bracket, and nobody's getting a perfect score on that.
Well, I'm gonna go. If someone predicted me to win, well, I'll do my best. I know there's a couple out there. The What the Hell fam.
Question from chat. Are you gonna practice any new tricks for the next round that you did not use today?
Well, I haven't really been practicing tricks overall for rando. There's probably some I should know for sure, like Deku Tree to not push the block. But I don't know. I haven't been touching regular OT for a while, so I don't really know if I'll turn on the game to learn a couple tricks.
Because there was actually an interesting point in the run where in fire for the block push, so Sonic did DC after his first dip into fire, so he did not have bombs. So he was like trying to do the glitchless jump to get up there, but he couldn't figure it out. And it could have gone a bit differently if he knew that jump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that jump. I think I would be okay for that, luckily.
Were there any tricks or strategies you utilized today that you feel gave you an edge in this? For those of us wanting to get better at rando and learn useful tricks, is there anything that you felt like maybe helped make a difference today?
I don't know. I can't really think of any.
Oh, that's all right. 3 hours straight of rando will do that to you.
All right, and I guess we have the classic question. So, did you ever feel like you were ahead or like behind, or?
It's surprising. Like for once in a rando, I felt like I was doing all right. So even at the start, when it kind of everything was flowing, I thought at least my execution is pretty good right now. So I thought, okay, even if he's doing the same thing that I'm doing, I might be a bit ahead. And then when I did the water temple dip, that's when I panicked a little bit. I was like, oh shit, what am I doing here? But then once I found the boomerang, I don't know, I had a good feeling. It was gonna go well.
So another question from chat. Why did you not buy the Giant's Knife? You had enough rupees.
I thought about it long and hard, but I ultimately decided not to.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Didn't I have Big Goron sword at that point? Oh, maybe not.
I do not think you did.
If chat is curious why Sonic is still going, Sonic may not have the race IRC open. Sonic may be unaware that What the Hell's Happened has finished the race. They may have everything closed down.
Oh.
Or he may just be wanting to finish the race, as Juke is saying. There have been a lot of instant forfeits when somebody
Is
loses.
it just me, or am I hearing the interview happen again?
I am not.
Okay.
Didn't that happen last time?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm hearing.
if you are listening to What the Hell's Happens audio, you may be hearing it, Shade.
Right.
I
That
have
makes
the audio on Sonic's stream right now, so we are not getting that that loop
Okay.
streamed to our viewers right now.
I apologize for that.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Common newbie mistake.
I was so confused.
You've done awesome, Shade. This is Shade's first time on mic for one of these. And
Yeah.
let's give a round of applause to Shade for being awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go, Shade.
And
That's
since
pretty fun.
I am the actual absolute worst, I will make sure that I do not forget to thank our wonderful trackers today. We've got Doc Ryder tracking today. We've got Jason Aralani tracking today, and they have been being absolutely wonderful sports about all this. Hanging out and paying close attention to what has been going on. So GG to the tracking team today. I haven't forgotten about you.
So, chat, any last questions for what the hell has happened?
Can someone ban Pretty Big Joe for me? He's a known troll, a known Canadian troll.
Rip.
Chat making some meme questions here. And it does not appear like Sonic is inclined to forfeit today, so we're trying to figure out what we are up to with the remainder of this stream. If we're going to watch this through to the conclusion, or get some sleep, because it's getting on in the evening for some of these folks. We're trying to determine that right now.
I think I would quit if my opponent finished. Like, I don't know. If it's not going well and then my opponent finishes, like after 3 hours, I don't have the patience to finish. I'd probably come in the interview, but I don't think I would finish. At some point, I just get... At some point, it's too much.
Checking with some of the other organizers right now to see how they'd like me to handle this situation. Because we haven't really had to deal with this. We haven't really seen any real blowouts like this before, where one person is decidedly the winner, and the other person is still wanting to see it through.
That is a very interesting Scarecrow song by Sonic.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, was
Right,
that
well...
Goron's lullaby? Huh.
Don't even remember it.
It's been quite a long time since I played Majora's Mask, but Sonic also plays Majora's Mask. That would make sense to program it to something that is not a song in this game, but is still something that you've got that muscle memory for.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go grab some food.
Yes, congratulations on
right.
your win, and best of luck in the upcoming match.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for organizing this. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Yeah, GG.
Alright.
We do not have another match going on tonight. For what is coming up next in the Rando tournament tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be having another matchup. We will be seeing Wooden Barrel versus Mike Katz to take their losers round 2 match. So whoever is the winner on that will be progressing forward, and whoever does not win that one will be out of the tournament.
Purple tissue box to coach.
Yes, helping what the hell's happened meme harder. Chat, got any good memes for us? Yes, tomorrow we do have another match. It will be at 6 p.m. Eastern, so if you want more rando, we have more rando for you. And there are more matches to come that have still yet to be scheduled at this point. We have a few where we know who's going to be competing, but we don't actually have a scheduled time for them just yet. Let's see. Other matches that we know are coming up, but that we aren't sure when they are happening yet. We have Raikaru versus Juicy in Losers Bracket coming up. And we have Glitchymon versus Juke coming up for Winners Match.
Ooh.
That's one that I know some people are excited about. After Glitchymon's impressive performance in round 1, knocking
That was insane.
first seed ATZ down to losers bracket in round 1. That is the biggest upset that we've seen thus far, although we have seen several upsets.
That's
First,
rando.
second, third, and fourth seed all knocked down to losers bracket in the first round. Or no, pardon, not all in the first round. Raikaru made it through to the Raikaru and Wooden Barrel made it through to the second round. Got knocked down to losers bracket in round 2 of winners. My mistake, my mistake.
And seeds were calculated. There were 8 qualification matches. Your top 4 were counted to determine the seeding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were based on how you placed in the qualifier matches. There were 8 of those, and the higher you ranked in those, and they were proportional to how many participants there were. The higher you placed, the more points you got, and your top 4 points for those qualifier matches were used to determine seeding for the brackets matches. ATZ going into brackets with a perfect 4,000 points. 4 first place wins in the qualifiers. And knocked down to losers bracket in round 1 by Glitchymon. So Sonic now in Zora's Fountain, so hopefully going to be finding that Din's Fire here pretty quick, being able to make their progress on Shadow Temple.
Alright, where is Sonic? Sonic right now should be in Ice Cavern area, right? Or the Fairy Fountain?
Sonic is in the let's try this tongue twister again. The Zora's Fountain Fairy Fountain.
Alright.
I have to say that very deliberately or else I'm gonna screw it up, because for me that just doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
Oh, about to pick up Din's Fire. Should finish out sub 4.
Oh yeah, we are definitely seeing a sub 4 here. And he's going to equip those boots now, so we will be seeing that Din's Fire. Hopefully he takes the hint of finding that Din's and bails here in Zora's and heads right over to Shadow Temple, because we know that his boomerang is hiding in the Shadow Temple.
Oh, there you go, Din's Fire.
Mm-hmm. Now what comes next? That is what I am curious to see.
It looks like he's going to do the same thing. Put Aurora's in Ice Cavern and dip to Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw What the Hell's Happened do that about a half hour ago. Or a little more than that. But yeah, Shadow on their way to go mode, hopefully. Since they've got that Dinsfire equipped, that definitely makes me think that they're headed over to Shadow once they set this as a backup plan in case they don't find anything over there.
All right, heading straight to Shadow. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I am getting word from our boss, Trezco, that since it is getting on in the evening, that we are going to choose to cut the stream here, and we're going to go over and raid Sonic Shadow Silver 2, another tongue twister for me. We're going to go watch him finish up his own race on his own channel. Cheer him on from over there. It is a 10-minute delay, and you will not be looking at chat, but if you would like to see the continuation of this run, you are certainly welcome to.
Rip Sonic.
Yeah, falling down in there. That happens. Again, I would like to thank our trackers, Doc Ryder and Jason Arlani today. We've got those guys hanging out, watching closely to make sure that you know what they have found. And thank you to my co-host, Shadeslayer55!
No, thank you. This was really fun. Thank you for helping me out here.
Hopefully I've done a halfway decent job for all y'all, providing at least a little bit of entertainment. Who knows? Mixed results, probably. But we are going to go check out Sonic Shadow Silver 2 here in just a minute, so I hope you guys have all had fun. We will have more rando here for you tomorrow.